Welcome to WMAR Classic Games from the Vault. I'm Sean Stepner. This week we're bringing you the Brooks Financial Group Turkey Bowl 100, the 100th meeting between the 11th ranked Calvert Hall Cardinals and the 12th ranked Loyola Dons. The Dons lead the series with 49 wins, 42 losses, and 8 ties, but the Cardinals have been on a Turkey Bowl roll, winning the last 5 contests. Calling the game will be Scott Garceau and Keith Mills in the booth, with Jamie Costello and myself on the sidelines. Enjoy.
WMAR 2 Sports presents the Brooks Financial Group Turkey Bowl 100. The Calvert Hall Cardinals versus the Loyola Dons.
It's a sunny, windy, historic day at Johnny Unitas Stadium. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Brooks Financial Group Turkey Bowl 100. Scott Garceau, and look who's here, my partner, Keith Mills. You know what, partner? We may not be around for the next 100, but we're going to enjoy this one, aren't we?
We are certainly going to enjoy this. So are the family and friends of the young men playing this game, Scott, and they carry a lot of pressure in this game today. Guys like Bob Williams and Billy Stromberg went to Loyola High School, went on to the College Football Hall of Fame. Vince Kinney, Mike Newton, Adrian Amos, a kid from Calvert Hall right now. They're all playing in the NFL. So Augie Maselli's not here. Of course, he passed away a couple of months ago. But Joe Brune, one of the dean of coaches in Baltimore history, will be here to celebrate this game today.
All right, let's take a look at the Maryville Preparatory impact players of this game, and there's some good ones. We start with Calvert Hall, a guy that had a big Turkey Bowl a year ago, Keith.
Absolutely. We're looking at quarterback Amir Jennings right here. His favorite target is number 1, Cole Herbert. He's going to North Carolina to play lacrosse, but as you can see here, he's one of the best receivers in the state of Maryland. This TD catch against Avalon earlier this month, his 5th of the year. He's big, strong, fast, and quick, and will be a matchup nightmare today for the Loyola defense.
3 touchdowns in the Turkey Bowl a year ago. Now, on the defensive side, head coach Donald Davis says the strength of his defense is that linebacker group, Keith, and we got a good one here.
Yeah, led by number 5, Khalil Glover. You see him right here, a sack against Mount St. Joe, one of his 45 tackles on the season. He's 6 foot, 200 pounds, pound for pound, one of the best players in the area. More proof that this defense will be ready to play today.
And they will have their work cut out, because over on the Loyola side, they've got a quarterback that's Mr. Excitement. Let's take a look at their impact players, Keith.
I guess you could say he's their own Lamar Jackson, right? Number 5, Jordan Moore. He's thrown for 26 touchdowns this year, including this one against Howard High School back in September. He's also rushed for 7 touchdowns, and he will draw, as you may expect, a tremendous amount of attention today from the Calvert Hall defense. You see the numbers right there. Number 5, keep an eye on him today.
On the defensive side for the Dons, he may be undersized, but he sure doesn't underperform. They got a good one on the defensive edge.
Absolutely. Number 7 here, Joshua Buck, the Dons' athletic and aggressive rush end. This is one of his 9 sacks earlier this year against Largo. He's the Matt Judon of the Loyola defense, and like Jordan Moore, one of Loyola's very talented underclassmen.
All right, there you have it, some of the top players in this game. The head coaches gave us a little look at what they're trying to do. Let's take a look at the keys of the game, starting with Calvert Hall.
Yeah, Calvert Hall wants to start fast, control the tempo. Calvert Hall's won 7 games in a row, 9 of the last 10. Getting an early lead will put the heat on Loyola early. Key number 2, contain Jordan Moore. Easier said than done, right? Jordan's made tremendous progress in just his 2nd year of playing quarterback, and Calvert Hall knows they must put the clamps down on him.
All right, how about on the other side?
Other side of the football, Loyola keys, according to head coach Anthony Zayu, no turnovers. Of course, the holy grail of any football game is turnovers. Certainly today for Anthony Zayu and his young team. And number 2, tackle as a group. 11 guys to the football. Calvert Hall, Sean Tucker, one of the best in the area, and gang tackling him, Scotty, will be crucial today for Loyola.
We're counting down to Turkey Bowl 100. We're just about ready to kick it off. We'll check in with Jamie Costello next.
The Brooks Financial Group Turkey Bowl 100. Brought to you by the Brooks Financial Group. Infinite rewards from finite focus.
Today's live streaming on WMAR2.com/live is brought to you by Calvert Hall College. Let's go down to the sidelines and check in with Jamie Costello and Sean Stepner. Hello, happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Hey, great to see you, and happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Emotions running rampant here today. The heart and soul of Baltimore's here. We've waited 100 years for this.
It's going to be a good one. Jamie, talking to both coaches pre-game, Coach Anthony Zayu from Loyola, he said they have to perform. They cannot play scared. They're 8-1, but they haven't played anybody like Calvert Hall this season. Donald Davis at Calvert Hall, we were talking about the weather. Serious wind gusts today. He said he remembers some cold turkey bowls. None as windy as this one.
All right, let's set it up to the greatest duo in Baltimore TV sports history. They're back together again.
Who's he talking about?
I was looking to see who might be replacing us, Keith. Hey, we're thrilled to be here. Turkeys in the oven, Calvert Hall and Loyola for the 100th time. It's a good time. We're glad to be here. There's the series, right? Loyola with a 49-42 lead, but Calvert Hall's had the best of it lately.
Yeah, Scott, this is a series of streaks. As we were talking to Coach Anthony Zayu, Loyola has had their stretch run in the 40s and 50s and 60s, as has Calvert Hall. But the last decade, it's been all Calvert Hall, and they'll be in the white today, Loyola in the blue.
Well, you can see the ball's going to be blown off the tee all day. You get them some help. Connor Gill trying to tee it up, and he's going to get a little help as Philip Florenzo goes over to hold for him. Winds are blowing steadily 20 to 25 miles an hour, but it's gusting. I got hit with a gust coming in around 8 o'clock this morning that had to be 55 or 60 miles an hour. So that could be a factor in the kicking game and the passing game. Short kick bouncing downfield. Cardinals have it across the 35 and across the 40, all the way up near the 44-yard line. That's Wally Obayanju. A nice return and good field position, 19 yards on the return.
Yeah, good way to start for Calvert Hall as we get a chance to look at Amir Jennings and his outstanding offense.
Here's the Institute of Notre Dame quarterback stats for Amir Jenkins. He can throw the ball, Keith.
He will. It'll be interesting to see how he handles, Mike, how Calvert Hall handles the wind today in regards to throwing the football. Depends, I guess, on field position and where you are.
Sean Tucker is their star running back. He's number 24. He's rushed for over 1,000 yards this year, averaged 5.7 yards a carry with 13 touchdowns. Jenkins awaits the first snap of the game, and it's Tucker coming near side across midfield and down near the 47-yard line of the Loyola Dons.
Yeah, Sean Tucker's headed to Syracuse. He's one of the best players in the state of Maryland. That time, big hole from the right side of that offensive line. They're going to try to attack the outside of the Loyola defense today and then play action with a pass if they can, depending on the wind.
Tucker and Ricard in the backfield. Tucker got 11 on that first carry. Wind kind of at their backs because the leaves seem to be blowing in that direction, but it's swirling around. Windy, breezy, but sunny day here at Johnny Unitas Stadium. Jenkins under center this time. And again, it's Tucker coming straight ahead. He's got running room. He's got another first down inside the 30 all the way down to the 29-yard line. So early on, you can see some power football. Sean Tucker carrying the ball. And Keith, when you look at the offensive line, hurry up offense here. You look at the offensive line for Calvert Hall, they average over 260 pounds. They're a big physical group. Jenkins gives it to Tucker. Slides off to his right and gets just inside the 25-yard line where Anto Sacco makes the stop.
Yeah, Sacco, young kid. Anthony Zayu had to talk him into playing football. He wears number 52. The Archdiocese of Baltimore Catholic School starting lineup's coming up for you.
Ray Glass in the backfield now for the Cardinals. Jenkins hands it off to Glass, off left guard, down near the 29-yard line, or 20-yard line, just short of a first down by a yard or so.
Yeah, once again, Anton Sacco with the tackle. He's a good one. You're going to see him a lot today.
Now here's your starting lineup.
Daniel Novotny, the Jemison School.
Brendan McPeak, Falston Middle School.
Ryan Swartz, V. St. Stephen's School.
Anthony Reese, St. Joseph School of Cockeysville.
Braden Krivosh, Southampton Middle School.
Caitlin Wade, Lockhaven Academy.
Cole Herbert, Boys Latin Middle School.
Kanoa Sasaki, the Immaculate Conception School.
Jamal Ricard Jr., Kemp Academy. Shaw Tucker, Deer Park Middle Mode.
Amir Jenkins, Subbrook Magnet Middle School.
And the Loyola defense, Keith, steps up that time. Liam Kraus with the stop, and Calvert Hall now 4th and short from the 22-yard line.
Yeah, one of those athletic and aggressive linebackers, Liam Kraus. You see Saka right there. He's a good one, number 52. Keep your eye on him today. He's just a junior, actually just a sophomore, 6'4", 210 pounds.
Jenkins with Tucker to his left on 4th down. Pass is complete. Ball loose. And the Dons have stopped him. Cole Herbert, the intended receiver. On 4th and short, Loyola takes over in a big emotional lift for the Dons. Keith.
Huge momentum swing because Calvert Hall was slicing up their interior defensive line to start the game. But a big play here. Let's take a look again. Amir Jennings dumps it to the outside, but really good
he
defensive
never had
play.
It,
he never did, but it was well covered anyway. So hats off to the Loyola defense right there. You see Jennings again. Ball just kind of fluttered away from a little bit in that wind, and Loyola will take over.
Kai Sasaki in on the stop for the Dons. We'll take a timeout. No score. We're just underway. It's the 100th Turkey Bowl from Johnny Unitas Stadium. Here come the Dons' first offensive possession after their defense made a play. What do we hear? Start fast, right? That was one of the keys.
Start fast defensively. They come up with a big stop. We'll see now with number 5, Jordan Moore. You see his numbers, 26 touchdowns, just 5 interceptions, and he can run the ball. 99 carries this year for 7 touchdowns and over 600 yards. He's a good young player.
That's your Institute of Notre Dame quarterback stats. Here we go, Jordan Moore on the keeper. Shakes a tackle, and look at him go across the 25 up to the 26.
Great effort that time by Jordan Moore, and a big play from Omari Lewis, but he couldn't wrap him up.
There's your Archdiocese of Baltimore Catholic Schools starting lineup.
Mitch McClure, Loyola Blakefield Middle School.
Ned Kelly, St. John's.
Bailey Brunner, the Sheridan U.
Emmett Radeball, Ridgely Middle.
Billy Dwan, Loyola Blakefield Middle School.
Keegan Pross, Bellard Middle School.
Noah Bull, Blakefield Middle School.
Peter Lucas, Loyola Blakefield Middle School.
Ben Schleif, the Little Rock, Arkansas.
Michael Robinson, the Cherry Hill Elementary Middle School.
Jordan Moore, Sykesville Middle School.
And Jordan Moore incomplete, intended for Keegan Pross, defended by Ty Trin. And now the Dons looking at 3rd down and 6. First quarter, 8:29 to play. Scott Garceau, Keith Mills, Jamie Costello, Sean Stepner all with you in the 100th Turkey Bowl. In motion and up. That's Kyrie Umoja. Glover brought him down, but it looks like he's got a first down.
Yeah, one of the Loyola captains. Simple play here. You send him in motion, and it's a read option. Hands the ball. Wise decision by Jordan Moore, and that picks up the first down to move the chains, and that's exactly what Anthony Zayu and Mike Foffel, the offensive coordinator for Loyola, want. Keep Calvert Hall's defense on the field and guessing.
Umoja 8 rushing touchdowns on there, and we got a flag down as Jordan Moore takes the snap. Like we have motion against Loyola. That'll cost him 5.
Yeah, that's a backbreaker. You just get a first down. Scott got a little bit of momentum, and bam, you get behind the chains here a little bit. 1st and 15, so we'll see what the Dons can do.
We talked about this series in our open. Loyola leads the all-time series, but Calvert Hall has won 5 straight, 9 of the last 10, but it streaks back and forth. Prior to that, Loyola won 6 straight. So Loyola, the seniors, trying to get a win here. Right up the middle with running room. Across the 40 to the 42 is Kyrie Umoja. Quick hitter that time, Keith. He popped into that 2nd level and off. He went for a first down.
Yeah, good work from the offensive line. Bailey Brunner, Ned Kelly, Emmett Radeball, the interior lineman, and a good heads-up smart run by Umoja.
From the 42 on first down. Moore on the keeper, no room there as he's stacked up right near the line of scrimmage. Middle linebacker Mike Johnson up on the hit. Here's your Archdiocese of Baltimore Catholic Schools starting lineup.
Chidi Ijo, Pine Grove Middle School. Denez Jones, Golden Ring Middle School.
Anthony Deldon Jr., North Carroll Middle School.
Omari Lewis, Deep Creek Middle.
Connor Icard, St. Joseph's Middle School.
Khalil Glover, Our Lady of Victory Middle School.
Mike Johnson, Franklin Middle.
Adewale Obayinji, Patterson Park Public Charter School.
Ty Trent, Suburb Magnet Middle School.
Kobe Floyd, Pikesville Middle School.
DeMar Siebels, Kip Academy.
All right, getting to see some of the faces inside the helmets, Keith. Like Monday Night Football. For those guys,
exactly.
right?
I love the fact that they talk about where they went to middle school.
Yeah.
That's classic. Hey, listen, Scotty, you know in Baltimore, it's not just where you went to high school now, it's where you went to junior high or middle school.
Absolutely. And here where you went to rec school, right?
Right. Another penalty hurts down in distance here. Now 3rd and 7 instead of 3rd and 2 for Loyola.
Jordan Moore looking to throw, now spins out of trouble. That's what he can do. Now he takes off across the 40 out of bounds near the 42 into the Calvert Hall bench. Short of the first down. And now we'll see what Coach Z wants to do here.
Yeah, interesting decision here. You know, the analytics would say, if you're John Harbaugh, that we have to go for it. And again, hey, is this Lamar Jackson here? Little spin 360, yeah. Finds the corner, just can't get the first down. Nice defense there from number 5 for Calvert Hall. That's Khalil Glover. We talked about him at the start of the show. He's very active, and he did a really good job, Scott, of forcing Moore to the sideline.
4th down, they're on the go. They're 5 of 19 on the year, 26% on 4th down. Moore all by himself as they stack 2 wide receivers, wide, very wide to each side. Tight formation. Moore looking to make a play and is not going to do it. The Calvert Hall defense swarms the quarterback, Mike Johnson, the first to get there, but that was team defense, Keith.
Absolutely. Again, the read option, Jordan Moore looking to make a play outside, but the Calvert Hall defense does a great job of contain. Look at number 35 for Calvert Hall. Force him inside. That's Denaz Jones. See, 35 sets him inside. And then number 8 cleans it up. That is Mike Johnson. Good defense by Frank Carreri and his Calvert Hall defense.
Look at the crowd here. Windy, sunny Thanksgiving. A lot of red over on the Calvert Hall side. Let's check down with Sean.
Scott, you mentioned the wind. I just talked to longtime legendary Loyola head coach Joe Brune. He coached 35 years, 19 Turkey Bowl victories. He said he cannot remember a Turkey Bowl this windy, and that's saying something. You've already seen it has played a factor today.
And there you see Joe Brune, the legendary longtime Loyola coach. He won 19 of these Turkey Bowls. Sean Tucker with the big run for the first down for Calvert Hall. They're in the Mercy High School red zone right now. Jenkins, the quarterback, under center, backs in the eye. It's the tailback, Tucker, inside the 15, tackled by Trey Oakley. Keith, one of the deals with, there you see Van Brooks talking to Jamie. What a story Van is. But I think the wind in their face, maybe that's why Loyola decided.
I think that had a lot to do with it, Scott. You know, Anthony Zayu says, hey, why kick a ball 10 yards when you can try to get one?
Kobe Floyd off his right guard. Ball loose, and I believe Loyola came up with a fumble. Kobe Floyd hit hard down there. The ball was loose, and I think the Dons have recovered.
Yeah, that's the call in the field, Scott, and we don't have replay. We have no replay in high school football. The fumble is recovered by Philip Florenzo and Trey Oakley with the big hit. Let's check it out again. You see number 58 there, Florenzo.
Yeah, everybody kind of stopped, Keith, and I saw him reach down and grab the football. So
can't really tell if he was down by contact or not, but again, there is no replay.
No.
And the call in the field stands. So a big turnover. So 2 defensive stops by the Loyola defense early in this game, really changing momentum.
A lot of defense early on, 5:39 to play in the first quarter. It's the 100th Turkey Bowl with no score. Hey, there's the Catholic High School of Baltimore fan cam. You see the fans And look at the wind blowing those trees behind them. That's what you're dealing. Bad hair day, Keith.
Bad hair day today. Not if you're me. That's not a problem. But again, big defensive stand for the Loyola defense, coordinated by Scott Melville, and they take over inside their own 15-yard line here.
Michael Robinson in the backfield, and he gets the football, and not much room to run there as he's stacked up inside the 15-yard line. Connor Icard, the 6'3", 225-pound senior defensive end, on the stop for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Connor just swallowed up his offensive lineman and then made the tackle all in the same move. So real good play from number 92.
Moore in the gun, rolls to his right, fires downfield.
Yeah, incomplete.
Bench life, the intended receiver. And I think those are the kind of throws that we're going to see today. Intermediate, Keith. I think the long, deep throws in this wind will be awfully tough. Now, if you got the wind on your side, and they do have the wind behind them right now, that helps.
Yeah, Connor Icard made the defensive play of this drive with pressure forcing maybe more to throw that ball a little bit earlier.
3rd and long, empty backfield. Jordan Moore looks over to his play caller, Mike Foffel, former Loyola quarterback who's played arena football, was a quarterback at UCLA. Moore with time down the middle, and it is popped into the air, incomplete. Wow, big hit. DeMar Siebels on the hit for the Cardinals, and thought that ball had a chance to be intercepted when it got popped up into the air.
Yeah, it was well thrown. Siebels came in. Great timing on the hit. We'll see it again. Good protection. More steps into his throw, but Siebels, number 20, great anticipation and real smart that he didn't commit too early for the interference call. Just perfect timing by number 20.
First punt of the day, it'll be into the wind. Ty Trin and Kai Sasaki back for the Cardinals. Gill standing at about the 1-yard line. Low kick doesn't go too far, and how does it bounce, right? Well, kind of parallel. And it's down near the 33-yard line. 18 yards on the punt. And wind certainly a factor there.
No question, Scott. The wind is already in this game playing a major role. And that kick, some passes that have kind of sailed. So we'll certainly keep our eye on that today.
Time for a Turkey Bowl flashback from the year 2001. From 24 yards out. Left side. Snap a little low. Gets a foot into it. And it's good. 29-yard attempt is up, and it's good, and we're tied at 3. 1st and goal. Hand off, end zone, touchdown, Calvert Hall. 10-3 was the final that year. A whole lot of defense. Joe Brune's last game coaching, his career record 212 wins, 139 losses, and a tie. Nobody's won more Turkey Bowls than Joe Brune. He was 19-6 in the big game on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Matt Eckrell scored a touchdown in that game. His father, Lou, of course, a long-time athletic director and baseball coach at Calvert Hall. I had a chance to talk to Lou this morning.
Here's Jenkins under center, back to throw, pressure, firing deep down the middle into the end zone, and it is caught. Cole Herbert back in the end zone. It's a touchdown.
Unbelievable catch from number 1. It was well defended, but the defensive backs mistimed their jump. We'll take a look at it. 2 parts to this play, Scotty. One was Jennings was almost sacked on the play, runs at him, and then just heaves it up, takes a hit.
And really didn't get to step into the throw because he was hit right there. And Cole Herbert, who caught 3 touchdowns in last year's Turkey Bowl, is on the board with his first one. This one, that's Umoja and Bull back on the defense. The coverage wasn't terrible.
It was actually good. Noah Bull was there, just kind of jumped a little too early, and the ball sailed over his head, but great catch from Herbert. We talked about him earlier. He's going to North Carolina to play lacrosse, one of the best wide receivers in the state of Maryland.
Kieran O'Neill on to kick the point after. He has hit 33 of 36 this year, and that one is through for the extra point. So Calvert Hall on the board first with a big play Amir Jenkins finds his favorite target, Cole Herbert, with his 6th touchdown of the year. There's number 1. Take a drink of water. You earned it. He's an all-MIAA pick. As we said, a star, all-MIAA in football and lacrosse. He's headed to North Carolina. He'll be a Tar Heel and play lacrosse there. And talking to his coach, Donald Davis, he said schools really came on recruiting him for football late. You know, everybody knew he was a lacrosse player, but he's opened up a whole lot of eyes, and if he wanted to, he could be a D1 football player.
No question about it, and he was recruited to play lacrosse, Scott, when he was in 7th grade. He made his first trip on a recruiting visit to Penn State, and then he went down to North Carolina about a year later and fell in love with that school. Of course, North Carolina, home to many of the Kelly boys that have gone on to play college lacrosse at the highest level, and now Cole Herbert will join him.
Let's check down with Jamie.
Hey, we're with Van Brooks, who's here. Van, this is your 98th Turkey Bowl. Congratulations. What's that like?
Oh, it's incredible to be having celebrating the 100-year anniversary of this event. It's awesome. See, we're down right now, but that's okay. We're about to come back.
All right. Talk about comebacks. How about it, Keith? Van Brooks, unbelievable.
He's the best. What an inspiration.
Want to say hello to Gary Padusis, who's watching us right now from Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Oh, I love it.
There you go with a cup of coffee, I imagine.
Scott, I remember sitting in the Channel 2 newsroom in 2004, got a call from a parent saying that young kid from Loyola High School was just taken off in a helicopter because he had hurt his back in Georgia back in 2004.
There you see the win impact, and Van, what an inspiration to all of us. His foundation doing some great work in our community now, and he was challenged with some tough circumstances, Keith, and he's made the most out of them, and he's an inspiration to so many people.
No question about it. And he gets around town today, and he, like you said, Scotty, he is changing people's lives. No question about it.
2 plays, 33 yards on the drive, and wind a factor, the short punt, and then the big pass play to Cole Herbert, and we've got our first score of the game with 4:07 left in the first quarter.
Yeah, Scott, we saw that pass just kind of get carried by the wind, and again, Noah Bull was there to try to knock it down, just kind of sailed over his head.
Townsend Orthopedic Associates scoring drive, 7-0 Calvert Hall. Jordan Moore trying to make a play for his team, but it won't happen here as Kyrie Umoja is stacked up short of the 20-yard line. Michael McNeely in on the snap. McNeely, a good story, the senior linebacker, Keith. He's had 2 ACL surgeries, not 1 but 2, suffered a knee injury in lacrosse and also in football. Not sure he could come back, but there he is making plays. Moore looking to run, nothing there. Good job by Calvert Hall. They really contained him, Keith. He trying to get outside, just kept looking and probing, but McNeely again in on the stop, as well as Chidi Ejoy. He was in the backfield and kind of turned him back in.
You mentioned the key word there, Scott, containment. The last 3 offensive plays for Loyola have been well contained by the edge defenders for Calvert Hall's defense, and that will make defensive coordinator Frank Carrera extremely happy, and head coach Donald Davis.
Yeah, 3rd and long now. Tough way to go for the Dons, down 7. Pass is complete, but short gain across the 20 up near the 23 is Noah Bull, the sophomore. 24 catches on the year for him, 4 touchdowns, but that'll bring up 4th down. We got a flag down. We'll wait for referee Jim Oliver to tell us what's going on this one.
See Anthony Zayu, the young coach for the Loyola Dons.
All right, penalty declined. As you look at Joe Brune down on the sidelines. He's
legendary.
He's familiar with walking the sidelines on that Loyola side, isn't he?
The class of this gentleman when his longtime rival Augie Maselli was in hospice, and near the end, Coach Brune went up the day before he passed to spend some time with his old friend.
Connor Gill with the low kick. Gets a little bit of a bounce here across the 45 to the 46, but Calvert Hall after a 23-yard punt. So 2 punts into that win for Loyola. 13 yards the first time, 23 this time. And Calvert Hall with a 7-0 lead will have great field position across midfield in Loyola territory.
Yeah, Scotty, the coaches in this series so vital to the history of this game. And Joe Brune, Augie Maselli, 2 of the best.
Hey, let's go back, turn back the clock to the 2003 highlight package. And look at the throws. Brady Smith fires out into traffic. It's caught. Touchdown. Quarterback sneak. He's in. Robinson with the backs in the eye. Lost the snap. It's loose. Scramble in the end zone. Loyola has it. Number 44, Larry Strickland. Touchdown. And that was the biggest play in that game. With under 2 minutes left, Larry Strickland recovered that fumble. And Loyola snapped a 3-game losing streak with a 14-7 win.
There we see Andrew Robinson, the quarterback of that Calvert Hall team. He went on to play up at Syracuse. And Jay Robinson was the coach of that team at that time. He is now one of the offensive coaches for Donald Davis in the Calvert Hall program. Longtime assistant at Towson University for Phil Albert and Gordy Combs. And Coach Robinson, a Calvert Hall alum, back in the saddle, so to speak. Happy to have him back.
Sean Tucker in the backfield. Amir Jenkins, the junior quarterback, awaiting the snap. Center Ryan Schwartz. This is Tucker. Not much going on there. Well, keeps the legs moving, gets a few extra yards. Kean Callahan on the stop for the Dons.
Yeah, Kean Callahan, one of the best defenders in the area. Good discipline that time. You see Saka, again, number 52, in on the tackle, just a sophomore. Loyola loaded with some talented young players.
Tucker off the left side, tries to cut back. No room there. Good job by the Dons defense. Here's the Archbishop of Baltimore Catholic Schools starting lineup.
Joshua Buck, Deer Park Middle Magnet School.
Thomas Bethune, Celebrate.
Phil Florenzo, Murray Learning Service.
Kevon Anderson, Deer Park Middle Magnet School.
Kean Callahan, Dunbarton Middle School.
Kyle Powell, Homeschool.
Anto Saka, Immaculate Heart of Mary School.
Trey Oakley, Golden Ring Middle School.
Kevin Somerville, the St. Joseph's Cockeysville.
Kyrie Umoja, Oakville Public Charter Middle School. Dylan Wheeler, Falston Middle School.
Ray Glass, the tailback with it off the right side, and he's stopped a couple yards short of the first down. It'll bring up 4th down. Kyle Powell, the Sting linebacker. He's a freshman.
How about that? A freshman playing in the 100th Turkey Bowl, a game he grew up watching and following.
Here we go, 4th down. Cardinals in Loyola territory with a 7-0 lead. They'll go for it. Glass is the tailback. Jenkins steps away from center. It looks like Donald Davis, Calvert Hall head coach, wants a timeout.
Yeah, probably didn't like the look on defense. So Jennings steps back. Donald Davis, of course, the veteran coach at Calvert Hall, played in this rivalry when he was a junior and a senior at Calvert Hall and took over for Jay Robinson, and is now one of the most successful coaches in school history, Scotty.
Absolutely.
He's done a great job with this program.
As a matter of fact, if Donald can get a win in this one, he'll pass Augie Maselli, for the most wins in Calvert Hall history in the Turkey Bowl.
How about that?
We brought that up to him the other night, and he said, I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
It's about the kids. It's not about me. Deflected it all away from him, but he's done a terrific job.
He's been raised well, so to speak. Started his coaching career at Cardinal Gibbons High School and then moved over and coached at Calvert Hall the last, I think, 14, 15 years.
All right, here come the Cardinals. Big play here, 4th down. We'll call it 2. Wildcat formation with Cole Herbert awaiting the snap.
Interesting.
So out of the timeout, and now Loyola takes the timeout.
Yeah, so
they saw something. They saw Cole Herbert back there and said, wait a minute, that's not the quarterback, number 1, ready to take the snap. So they'll gather up the defense, and as they do that, we'll take a flashback. Take a look at some of the recent NFL players that have been part of the Turkey Bowl. That's Garvin. He had a gap on the right side. He's gone. He's gone.
He's gone.
That's Amos at quarterback out of the gun. He's got room. Look out. Inside the 20 and all the way down to about the 13-yard line. Here we go, fourth quarter, 21-17. Stewart throwing deep down the sideline, got his man, Trevor Williams.
Oh, what a
touchdown.
What a throw and catch.
There you have it. Terrence Garvin saw his NFL career. Adrian Amos just signed for about $37 million. It's back to the Wildcat here on fourth down. Cole Herbert gonna keep it. Off the left side, breaks tackles, cuts back to the middle. He's gone. 10-5, touchdown. Cole Herbert catching touchdowns, running for touchdowns. An amazing athlete and a 38-yard touchdown run, Keith. That was fantastic.
Just a big-time effort. Good block. Good fake, first of all. And then a great block at the point of attack. And watch number one read it. Cut off to the right. Cuts left. And then watch the move right there. Oh, man, a tremendous acceleration off of that cut. Number one barrels into the end zone for a second touchdown of the day.
Cole Herbert didn't play JV football. He was a lacrosse player, but I think he's learned the game, Keith.
He is a game changer, as they say this day and age, a game wrecker. And right now, he is a little too much for the Loyola defense to handle, both catching the ball and now running the ball.
Says his favorite moment. We asked favorite moments to a lot of the players, and his was the 3 MIAA lacrosse championships that the Cardinals have won under Coach Kelly.
Yeah, Brian Kelly had a tremendous team last year, went undefeated in the A Conference in Baltimore, which is a tremendous accomplishment.
And the point after up and good from Kieran O'Neill as we go back and take a look at a special player here, Cole Herbert, making Don's miss.
Yeah, watch the move on Noah Bull. Oh, just freeze him. That's Lamar Jackson-esque right there, right? Freeze your defender, runs through a tackle, flips into the end zone, the ball goes flying, and number one has his second touchdown of the day. What an effort, man. Woo! Yeah, you know, Scotty, you can't teach some of the things these kids have. Athleticism, instincts, and Cole Herbert's certainly one of the best. But it's interesting, ironically, that you would come off of that highlight package with Trevor Williams, and you're talking about Adrian Amos, one of the best players to ever come out of the Baltimore area, playing for the Packers now, signing a $37 million contract. And Terrence Garvin spent some time with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They are the guys in recent history. Go back to Mike Newton, who went to Calvert Hall, played baseball for Lou Eckrell's undefeated baseball team, and also played in the NFL with the Indianapolis Colts. Great history between both of these schools.
Lawrence Cager is another guy that's the leading receiver for, I think, their fourth-ranked
Georgia.
Him a few years ago. He was a 6'11" high jumper for the Cardinals, too.
Battling a shoulder separation now in college. Hope to get him back on the field.
There's that wind pushing it downfield. Pete Moore's got a big leg, but wind aided today, and when you're going in that direction, you're going in the right direction.
Justin Tucker, Matt Stover would be proud of that kick. And, you know, the one reason, Scotty, why the kicking in Baltimore has improved dramatically is the camp that Matt Stover and Kyle Richardson run for all the young kickers coming through the Baltimore area.
Let's go down to the field and Sean Stepner.
Yeah, guys, I was out at Calvert Hall practice on Tuesday, and they were practicing that Wildcat with Cole Herbert over and over and over again. They have been waiting to bring that out, and it's the perfect time.
Yeah, it sure was. Sure was, Sean. And the interesting thing is it caught Loyola by surprise. They used the timeout, but they still couldn't stop it.
Couldn't stop it.
And now we got a penalty down.
Looks like it's going to be illegal procedure, and penalties just kind of crippling right now the Loyola offense here. Down and distance, so important. Obviously, Mike Foffel and his offense hoping to get these 53 seconds off the clock so they can have the wind at their back for the second quarter here.
4 plays, 46 yards on a 38-yard touchdown run, the Towson Orthopedic Associates scoring drive. Here's Jordan Moore buying time, throwing incomplete across the 30, up near the 32-yard line. Peter Lucas on the catch. The 6-foot, 190-pound junior. Nice play there.
Yeah, real good route, and great improvisation here by Moore. Throws off balance, and Lucas does a great job of hauling it in. Watch Moore here, reverses field. Throw off the opposite foot. Lucas makes a nice catch.
And a short toss here, up across the 40 to the 41-yard line. So a little rhythm now in the Loyola offense. Keegan Pross, he's their leading receiver, 41 catches, 631 yards, and 9 touchdowns for him.
Yeah, the guy in the middle right there with the headset is Mike Foffel. Scotty alluded to him. Played at Loyola back in 2010 and 11 and went to UCLA.
Yeah, played a lot his senior year.
Absolutely. Was the quarterback before Josh Rosen was there. And then went to the Jacksonville Sharks.
And they won the Arena Bowl this year.
Yes, they did.
All right, that's the end of the first quarter. So a couple of touchdowns for the Cardinals. They've got a 14-0 lead after one here in the 100th Turkey Bowl at Johnny Unitas Stadium. A little breezy. There's the score. Catch one and then run for one. So far, he's been the show. Let's take a look at our prime lending stats after one quarter, Keith.
Yeah, rushing yards. No surprise, Calvert Hall 107-29. Passing yards pretty much dead even. Total yards, though, 139-59. And again, the penalties. Loyola's 3 all false starts, 3 for 15 yards.
On the ground on first down, that's Micah Robinson. Gets a couple up near the 45-yard line.
Again, Scotty, one of those young guns for the Loyola offense, just a sophomore. And Anthony Zayu very high on his young kids. Went over to watch practice a couple of weeks ago, Scotty. These young kids really are athletic, can really play the game.
It is a first down. Brunner over the ball at center. Snaps it back to Moore. In trouble and throws complete right near the line of scrimmage, and a Noah Bull with a big hit. That was Siebels coming up there and making a pretty loud pop.
Yeah, second big play number 20 has made today. Remember, he broke up the pass earlier, and watch the hit here. Oh,
hey,
man.
You talk about rec ball. Siebels said one of his thrills was he scored 8 touchdowns in a rec ball game.
Is that all?
8 touchdowns, yeah.
Just 8?
Not a bad day, right?
Not at all. And you can see he can play some defense as well.
Well, no gain. Second down and 10. Moore rolls to his left. Now here comes the scramble. Got some room. Look at him go. What a cut there. At the 40, still up. 35-yard line and finally down at the 34-yard line. Mr. Excitement, Jordan Moore, the junior quarterback, putting on a show.
I guarantee you, if Lamar Jackson is watching this game, he just stood up and said, "Is that me out there or what?" What a tremendous play, Scotty. Let's watch it again. The defense takes away his options, and then he turns into Lamar. Little stutter step and a juke. And another cut.
Yeah.
And then you have to protect the ball because you know the fire's coming. 21-yard gain for number 5, and every yard of it was exciting.
Daniel Owens did his job. He contained. He turned them in. But you can do everything right. Sometimes athletes will just beat you.
Absolutely. Big drive here for Loyola to get back in this game now.
Moore hands it off this time. Not much room for Micah Robinson. The backs for Loyola, fairly small. Umoja, 175-pounder. Micah Robinson, just 155. Today's live streaming on WMAR2.com/live is brought to you by Calvert Hall College.
Yeah, Khalil Glover, number 5 in white, came over, made the hit there. Again, showing his athleticism.
Moore throwing down the middle, complete. Inside the 20 at about the 19-yard line. Peter Lukish with the diving grab.
Yeah, classic spread offense, play action, run, pass option, crossing, quick slant in over the middle. Perfect timing.
Jordan Moore is finding it's a little easier throwing with the wind than against it, right?
Absolutely.
As we get into the second quarter. Vincent Serrato in at wideout for the Dons. That's the son of Vinny Serrato.
Yeah.
Works with us at the Fan, former Redskins GM. He's out wide to the right side. Handoff. And down near the 16-yard line, Khalil Glover ran down Kyrie Umoja.
Yeah, good play there by Glover, too, because he got nailed by number 56, Ned Kelly. Fought off the block and still made the tackle. And keep an eye on the right tackle of Loyola, number 50. Billy Dwan, he's a sophomore. His dad, Bill Sr., is a assistant lacrosse coach over at Johns Hopkins with David Petramala.
And he said he wants to be a coach, too, where they're in the Mercy High School red zone. Loyola trailing 14-0. Moore with some time, throws, caught at the 15-yard line, and down near the 10 is Ben Schleif.
I'll tell you what, Jordan Moore really playing the position well right now. Look downfield, didn't have it. See Anthony Zayu right there in constant communication with Mike Foffel, his offensive coordinator, who's right next to him on the left. And, man, they have to be happy with the way Jordan Moore's playing quarterback.
Coach Z, third year as head coach, spent a couple of years coaching the offensive line with Brand Hall, now the athletic director. 6 in a row completed by Jordan Moore. Going to run it up the middle this time, and he's hit hard down near the 10-yard line. Mike Johnson, the coach says of him, he's an old-school middle linebacker. Uh-oh.
And Jordan Moore is down.
Said he got popped hard.
Yeah, he got rocked. Mike Johnson, play fake right there. Moore, watch the hit here, number 8. Oh, perfect form tackle. And then coming along next to him was Khalil Glover, who finished up, and that is a big, big loss for the Dons if Jordan Moore is out. We'll see it again, but watch Glover come by. Bam! Finish him up. And
now Joe Elridge is the backup quarterback for the Dons, and he hasn't seen much action. He's 4 for 10 on the season.
Yeah, down goes Moore. Hopefully it's nothing serious. You see Anthony Zayu heading out to check on his young quarterback, who really seemed to have found his groove in this drive. 11th play of the drive already, Scotty. Started on their own 20-yard line, and we'll see if he walking off. Looks like he's going to be okay. Hey, listen, we've seen, I had a great pleasure of doing Navy football as well, Scott. Malcolm Perry is their quarterback. Lamar Jackson, of course. They're all in the same mold, and they do take some fire. They do take some hits when they tuck it and run, and that's just part of playing the position now as a young quarterback.
Well, we'll hope he's all right.
Looks like he's going to be okay, yeah.
See him kind of rubbing up on his right eye, but you wonder if he would be in concussion protocol.
Yeah. They'll keep an eye out on him. And the Dons here now will go for a field goal.
27-yarder, Connor Gill. He's hit 5 field goals this year, 38, 37, 33. This one is up, and it is no good. Wide right. So a good drive, but no points to show for it.
I'm not so sure there wasn't a problem with the snap here, Scotty. Hard to tell from that angle. Looked like it was a low snap and was never able to get down. So Connor Gill, one of the best kickers in the area, unfortunately unable to knock it through.
7:52 left in the first half. Calvert Hall on top of Loyola in the 100th Turkey Bowl.
All right, we're here with Brother Kane from Calvert Hall College. 14-0. You got to be liking that.
Yeah, so far so good. But they're pretty good this year, and so we're got a lot of football to play.
All right, tell me what's going on with Calvert Hall.
Well, this is our 175th anniversary of our opening, so we're having a great year of celebrations. 100th Turkey Bowl is it's a perfect storm for us to be celebrating all the good things about Calvert Hall. And what a great day here with both sides out and having a wonderful time.
We're missing Augie.
We are missing Augie. He's here, though, I think. Young Augie went out for the and we had homecoming last night. We raised a little toast to him, so his spirit's with us. He's 60 years of our 175 years. We miss him, but we know that he's still with us. We're excited.
Keep the cards going, will you?
We're going to try to do that. Thank you.
All right, back upstairs.
Thanks, Jamie. Yeah, 100 years for the Turkey Bowl, 175 years for Calvert Hall. Tucker on the carry on first down. Gets a big hole on the left side. He's got a first down across the 30, up near the 32. Kyle Powell on the stop for the Dons.
Yeah, Tucker, one of the best in the area. I said gone to Syracuse. But back to Augie Maselli. Scotty passed away back in May. Had a chance to talk to his daughter Nancy, and we saw Augie Jr. Not long after that. His wife Angela, their daughter Angela, and just an outpouring of love and affection for that entire family.
His grandson, part of the Calvert Hall team. Penalty on the play as Tucker gets stacked up. Michael Lotz in there. Blow the whistle, fellas. That scrum was going for about 5 minutes. There you see Moore, and he doesn't look real good, Keith.
No, I would be surprised if we see him. His helmet, he doesn't have his helmet, which is a sign that they've taken that. And we'll see how they play it. But does not look like number 5 is going to come back. And listen, if you're going to err on caution, absolutely. No question about it. Everybody would love to see him play. But I'm not so sure we will today.
He's just a junior, so there will be another Turkey Bowl in his future. So the penalty pushes the ball back to the 21-yard line.
Big defensive stand here for Loyola now. If they can get the ball back in some decent field position. Calvert Hall obviously hoping to move the chains and sustain the drive here before the end of the half.
Inside handoff. At the 25-yard line, Kobe Floyd stacked up. Kyrie Umoja on the stop for the Dons.
Yeah, Umoja, a two-way player. Don't see many two-way players anymore in high school football, particularly at this level. And Anthony Zayu told us an interesting thing. Scotty said we had 50 guys on the team, and we're playing 14 of them two ways. So let's figure out a way here to get some more guys involved in the program, and that's what's happening.
So it looks like Tucker got banged up a little bit too. Maybe a shoulder injury for him. Cardinals keep it on the ground, and the Dons stack it up right near the 25-yard line. Ray Glass on the carry. So we've had two of the key players in this game suffer injuries. Sean Tucker, the top running back for the Cardinals, banged up. We'll see what his status is. Tucker 10 carries for 75 yards here with 5:48 left in the first half.
Yeah, we just saw their two good linebackers for Loyola, number 58, Philip Florenzo, and number 52, Anto Saka, waiting for the play to be called. And man, those kids are playing some real good aggressive football today in the teeth of a real good Calvert Hall offense.
Jenkins in the gun on 3rd and 16. Herbert in motion to the right side. Jenkins on the move, throws over the middle, and it's dropped. Cole Herbert, you don't see that too often. He's got good hands, but that one in and out.
Yeah, there's going to be a taunting penalty, I believe, here, Scott, on Loyola. Just a lack of composure.
And Coach Z was 8 yards out on the field screaming at his guys. What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? Because that was a backbreaker for Calvert Hall. As you said, Scotty, Cole Herbert, as reliable as they come in the area in terms of receiving, and just like that. Well, we'll see what the call is. Apparently not.
Maybe they didn't flag it.
Yeah, maybe not.
They were going at it.
It looked like.
The Coach Z just getting his, I think it was Dylan Wheeler. A little bump there, chest bump.
Yeah, Trey Oakley clapping Herbert trying to draw the taunting penalty, but apparently not.
Cole Herbert, smart, pointing at him.
Yes,
saying,
he was.
You guys going to call this? O'Neal back to punt. High, short, wind knocking it down. Takes a pretty good bounce, and it's down at around the 48-yard line by the Cardinals. 26 yards on the punt. Let's check out, we talked a lot about Augie Maselli, Jamie Costello, a tribute to the man that meant so much to this Turkey Bowl and Calvert Hall.
Your door opened at 7 o'clock for us every morning. Augie, you meant everything to us. From teaching X's and Y's in math to X's and O's on the field. Your 79 undefeated team was one of the best. You loved the Citadel. But it was Calvert Hall where you raised us to be great humans. You told us you never worked a day in your life. And when you retired back in May, you left us a month later, never having worked a day in your life. We loved you, Augie Maselli, and now you can close your door in peace.
Let's go down to the field. Sean's got an update for us.
Yeah, guys, I saw the trainer for Loyola working a lot on Jordan Moore's right eye. We talked to the trainer. They're officially calling it a facial injury, but doesn't look like it's affecting him too much. He's back out there.
Yes, he is. Good news for the Dons.
That's great news. Surprising to me, to be honest with you.
He's their leader. Time in the pocket. Now throws underneath. Complete. Up near the 50-yard line and pushed out of bounds is Noah Bull. Well, that's got to be
a lot of jawing out there right now, Scotty, between these two teams.
Imagine that, Calvert Hall and Loyola.
Yeah, imagine that. But yeah, you're right, Scotty. Big boost for Loyola to have Moore back in the lineup right now, back under center or back in the shotgun, we should say, and that gives everyone a big lift.
Well, they got the wind at their back. Is that 7 straight passes that Jordan Moore has hit? This time hands the ball off. Across the 45 to the 44-yard line. Micah Robinson. That's a couple yards short of the first down.
Yeah, we're talking about Billy Dwan, the right tackle, the sophomore. His dad is assistant lacrosse coach at Hopkins, and he does a good job of leading number 4 through the hole. And Robinson with a good gain right there on second down and make it a 3rd and 2. Good down and distance here right now. Can do a lot of things, Scotty. Play action. Can try to move more around in the pocket.
You got 4 shots down here.
Yeah.
So. Moore hands it off. Good hole there, but it closes quickly. And I don't think he got it, Keith. It looks like he's about a yard short, right?
Yeah, and of course he'll go for it here. It's a no-brainer again. Calvert Hall's defense quick to the ball. Looks like he's got a hole here, but it's closed up very quickly. Again, Khalil Glover in the middle of that scrum.
Yeah, Anthony Deladon, Mike Johnson. Mike Johnson, coach, said he's just old school. He's your typical middle linebacker. He's hitting everything and just a tough guy.
Just loves to play the game. Loves the contact.
Umoja and Robinson in the backfield on 4th down. Trouble. Diving. Did he get there?
Boy, second effort if he did. I think he may have.
Robinson made something out of nothing because I thought he was going to get hit in the backfield.
That's a big-time effort from Robinson. He was shut down. And second and third effort gets it done, keeps this drive alive with 4:27 to go in the half. And, man, don't you know, Loyola dying to get a touchdown here. Let's take another look. The handoff to Robinson coming right at you. Dwan trying to get his guy off.
Some nice cuts, yeah.
That was all effort right there.
More to throw on 1st down. It is complete up near the 35-yard line. Ben Schleif on the reception, the sophomore. And we've been calling DeMar Siebel's name a lot. He's on the stop.
Very aggressive tackle right there. We've seen him break up a pass, seen him make a big hit, and then just slam down the receiver here. Watch the tackle on number 22, Ben Schleif. That's how you do it.
That's 8 straight completions for Jordan Moore. Injured, left the game, back in, throws near side. Oh, hang on. Ty Trin up in a hurry to make the tackle on Kyrie Umoja.
Yeah, you read that all the way, Scott. We could see that play coming up here, number 9, right in front of you right there. Watch the reaction. 1-step drop, quick pass, but man, did not surprise Ty Trin at all.
Trin national track team hurdler and triple jumper. Triple jump 47 feet 2 inches. Deep drop, looked like they're trying to set up a screen. It's not there, and now it's incomplete. Kyrie Umoja was set up for the screen, but Calvert Hall sniffed it out. And Jordan Moore had to try to make the best of something that wasn't happening.
Yeah, I thought Jordan made a good play just to prevent a big loss right there. They are going to punt, so 4th and 7, a little too far for Anthony Zayu and Mike Foffel to go for it. But again, heads up play that time by Moore just to throw it away.
Keith Mills is going for that, I think, right?
I'm not so sure I'm going for it right here with 3:09 left in the half.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Hey, why not? Let's go for it, right? Analytics. What did the analytics say?
I got Jordan Moore. I might roll the dice. Calvert Hall defense has been good. Snap to the near side. Nice job by Gill to get it. Off the hands and out of bounds at about the 2-yard line.
I tell you what, lucky it went out of bounds because that's a live ball after that. If it stays in bounds, it goes in the end zone.
36 yards on the punt.
But now they have the ball, Scotty, at the 2-yard line.
We got a flag down here up around the 34-yard line, though. Let's see what that's about as referee Jim Oliver sorts it out.
If that is on Calvert Hall, it would change things dramatically. I'm sure Anthony Zayu would go for it on 4th and 2, unless he wants to take the field position here.
They got him pinned at the 2-yard line.
We'll hear what the call is.
I'm with you, though. I think I'd be aggressive.
I would, too. You're down 2 touchdowns. You got 3 minutes left in the half.
Here we go.
Now it's on Loyola. So if
they'll make them punt again.
They'll make it a punt again. Absolutely. Donald Davis will say thank you for that. Give us a little bit of room here.
There's Anthony Zayu, the head coach.
You know, Scotty, we heard in Jamie Costello's piece on Augie Maselli about the 1979 Calvert Hall team as we look inside the huddle here.
Shift to G, G in, Sam Mike's coming through the B, Sting and Wasp. They have to bounce this. They are not getting shit in the middle. He's bouncing to you guys, all right?
Yes, sir.
Corners.
All right, we'll take a timeout. 3:02 to play in the first half. It's 14-0 Calvert Hall in the 100th Turkey Bowl. Let's take a look at the Kelly Associates Insurance Group and Kelly Payroll play of the first half.
There it is, Scotty. Cole Herbert making a big play, his first of a couple today, as Amir Jennings just hauls it up, leaves it up, touchdown.
And so now Calvert Hall declines the penalty, and Amir Jenkins on the quarterback sneak, moving the pocket. Wow, look at that offensive line push him upfield. Got nearly to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, you see Daniel Owens, number 77, Ryan Swartz, number 70, trying to push the pile, and they do a good job of it. Big number 75 in there, too. Braden Krivosh.
Oh, watch. He's stacked up. Okay, got him about around the 3, and here he goes.
Everybody's trying to tackle the ball, and they're not tackling the man here. They're trying to strip the ball. Big game. Yeah, looked like a rugby play there, huh?
All the way out to the 10. Jenkins under center. Handoff. Here he comes. Sean Tucker with some running room. Up near the 40 and out of bounds. So Tucker with 1,020 yards on the season coming into this game, averaging 5.7 yards a carry, picks up a big 32.
Yeah, let's see it again. Good blocking at the point of attack, and then a quick move there by Tucker. Changes the ball to his left hand, and then runs out of bounds. You see why he's headed to Syracuse, one of the best players in this region, and he's showing it right there. 11 carries, 107 yards already for number 24.
Backs in the eye behind Jenkins. 2:14 left in the half. Tucker off a right tackle. Not much there. They stack him up just short of the 45-yard line.
Yeah, ran into his own guy. Big Braden Krivosh, 6'2", 305 pounds. Number 75 pushing the pile. And good push from the offensive line, Scotty.
Trey Oakley on the stop. He told us, Keith, he never lost in rec football.
How about that?
That's a pretty good run, right?
That's
never lost. His dad, a football player at Rutgers. Kobe Floyd now the tailback in the Calvert Hall offense. Ricard the fullback.
Patrick Ricard?
Yeah. Ravens got, he's only 100 pounds lighter than that. He's 205. Floyd, short gain on the left side. Kean Callahan on the stop for Loyola. Under a minute and a half left in the half.
Yeah, Trey Oakley back in on that tackle. Good drive here, Scott. Got 118 and counting, so we'll see what Donald Davis tries to do here in regards to getting some more points. Doesn't look like they're really in an urgent kind of a hurry up here.
I think if he goes in 14-0, that's not the worst thing. If they make a play, okay.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Loyola gets the ball to start the half, I believe.
That's a 7 running into a 7 there. Kobe Floyd stopped by number 7, Joshua Buck.
Yeah, Buck hit him good.
First down.
Yeah, boy. Some real good high school football defense being played today. Good blocking again at the point of attack for Calvert Hall, but quickly gobbled up by Buck. We talked about him when the game started. Very athletic rush end. Kind of like a Matt Judon kind of player for the Ravens. They move him around a little bit.
35 seconds left in the half. Tucker's got some room and cut down as he crosses the 40 down near the 37. Joshua Buck on the tackle.
If you're wondering why they're not passing, Scotty, the wind coming right at him. No sense of trying to risk throwing one up. Wind get it. Interception. Change the whole way of this game. Could be the complexion of this game in one play here at the end of the half.
And Donald Davis, the head coach, he is the play caller for the Cardinals.
But here it comes.
Yeah, Jenkins in trouble, and down he goes. He's sacked. Kean Callahan, the captain, the 6'3", 225-pound senior for the Dons, in on the sack for a loss of 5 yards.
And that will do it for the half. Callahan going to Middlebury to play his college football next year. Ends the half on a up note for the Loyola Dons.
Well, Keith, the first half was kind of the Cole Herbert half, right?
Yeah, Cole Herbert, the kid going to North Carolina, number 1 for Calvert Hall with 2 electrifying plays. One, a tremendous catch on a pass from Amir Jennings, and the other one was a Wildcat 27-yard touchdown. You see number 1 right there. Right now, the star of this football game so far.
Yeah, 2 big plays, 32-yarder on the pass, and then the 38-yard run out of a formation that Loyola hadn't seen. First time they saw it, they called timeout, came right back, snapped it to him, and he took off and You can X and O all you want, but sometimes great players make plays, right?
Great point, Scotty. I think if you're Anthony Zayu and his coaching staff, you have to feel good about the effort and about the quality of defense that Loyola is playing today.
All right, it's our Holland Shades Auto Coach's Corner. Let's go down to Jamie.
All right, limit the turnovers.
Absolutely. I mean, right now, it's a 4-quarter football game. I think our kids came to play. We just got to keep chopping wood.
You got to be pleased with the front line work.
I think really in all phases of the game, I think our kids have been pretty solid. We just got to limit the mistakes in the second half.
All right, and here's the thing. I know without showing your plays, you got Jim Margraf on your play sheet. Jim's here with you, isn't he?
I do, and I love him. Miss Alice, I hope you guys are watching, and his family. I love you guys.
Donald Davis, it's just 2 quarters away from being the all-time winningest Calvert Hall coach on Turkey Bowl Day. We are score 14-0 at the half. We'll be back with the second half of the Turkey Bowl, the 100th, right here on WMAR 2 News.
All right, we're back. It's halftime. Calvert Hall on top of Loyola, 14-0. Right now, we take a walk down Turkey Bowl memory lane.
We're up 14-0 at the half. They came back and tied it 14-14, and we're like, how did this possibly get away from us?
The snapper snapped the ball. The kicker went up to make the extra point, and Jake Nordhausen had ended up blocking it.
We drove down, and Marcelo kicked this 42-yard field goal as time ran out.
And then we all stormed the field, and the crowd went wild. And
all I remember, everybody from the Calvert Hall side just poured out of the stands and was just jumping on all the players.
Far and away the best Turkey Bowl memory.
When he was a senior, which was 1940, Calvert Hall won 6-2. And he scored the touchdown. And it was a pass, right? Pass reception.
You pass from Dick Walt.
Your memory is good.
Well, I'm still here.
It is a thrill every year. It's really one of the highlights of Baltimore City. It's part of the tradition.
The legacy of it is one of those things where you want your son, you want your grandson, you want your great-grandson to be a part of it because of how it made you feel.
My son went to Loyola, my brother went to Loyola, his son went to Loyola. We go to the game for, I guess, 60 years. I don't even know.
My Thanksgivings have not changed since 1993.
I've been at every Turkey Bowl since 1978.
I missed one Turkey Bowl game since 1954 because I was stationed in Korea. I couldn't come back.
Anytime these two football teams meet, it is a game of pride and emotion, and so it was again today.
Some people look at the Loyola Calvert Hall football game as a clash of civilizations, if you want to call it that.
You have all these big college rivalries and, your Michigans and Ohio States. But in high school, to have a rivalry that's 100 years old, how many people can compare to that?
We were very good friends most of the year, except when a game came close to Thanksgiving.
What? Get in here.
It's Calvert Hall. That's what we are taught, besides roll downs, roll and a nation prayer. We're also taught to beat the Hall, from day one.
Over a 7-year span, we won 7 straight Turkey Bowls, so we never had a bad Thanksgiving dinner, which was great.
When I was playing, we never lost to Calvert Hall.
And one thing I can proudly say, I never lost to Loyola.
There's no better game to play in.
It means that I was a part of something much larger than myself.
The fact that it has gone 100 years is just a testament to how great both Loyola and Calvert Hall are.
Whether you graduated in 1958, 1988, 1998, or 2018, that tradition never graduates.
100 years of memories and more as we write the new chapter today. The 100th Turkey Bowl. Senior quarterback Sean Ketchen is Calvert Hall Scholar Athlete. He's carrying a 4-point grade point average and also plays varsity lacrosse for the Cardinals. He's committed to Monmouth University's lacrosse team in the fall. Congratulations, Sean Ketchen, Calvert Hall's Scholar Athlete. We're at halftime. The Calvert Hall band on the field. The Cardinals on top of the Dons, 14-0. All right, let's take a look at the Charles A. Klein & Sons halftime highlights. A couple of big plays.
Yeah, Amir Jennings, watch him just chuck it up, and the wind carries it. Noah Bull looks like he's going to knock it down. Instead, Cole Herbert makes the first of a couple of huge plays. See it?
And then they go Wildcat on it.
Here's the second. Great move there by Herbert. And he barrels into the end zone for his second touchdown. Number 1 headed to North Carolina to play lacrosse, proving today he's one of the best football players in the state.
And over on the other side, this man creates some excitement.
Lamar Jackson or what right there? Little skip in his step. A couple of quick moves, a 20-yard gain. But he went out briefly for an injury here when he gets crunched. Michael Johnson, Khalil Glover in on the tackle. Fortunately, Jordan came back in the game and engineered a real good drive to end the half. Unfortunately, it ended with a missed field goal for Loyola.
All right, let's take a look at our prime lending first half stats. Most of the numbers favoring the Hall, right?
Yeah, Calvert Hall dominating in rushing. 186-66 gives them a big cushion in total yards. And again, first downs 8-5 and 1 turnover courtesy of Calvert Hall. But right now it's 14-0. And again, if you're Anthony Zayu, I think you're telling your kids, hey man, we're right there. We're playing a much better game than we played in the last couple of years here. If you're Donald Davis, keep the pedal to the metal, Scotty, and close it out.
The hats are blown off the guys in the Calvert Hall band with this wind here. We got a couple guys we'll come back and visit with. They're pretty happy. Their team's ahead at halftime. 14-0, Calvert Hall on top. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Big crowd here at Johnny Unitas Stadium. Calvert Hall on top at halftime, 14-0, and that makes these two men very happy because that's their team. Michael Brooks is with us, Calvert Hall class of 79. Paul Brooks, Calvert Hall class of 82, and of course they are the Brooks Financial Group that make all of this possible.
Thank you, gentlemen.
You guys got
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Same to you.
Have
a great one. You got the next generation with you, right? Young Brooks.
This is young Brooks Bjurlin. Want to say Happy Thanksgiving,
He looks
Bobby?
a little scared about all this,
Don't want to say Happy Thanksgiving?
Hey, this is what Thanksgiving's all about, guys. We got Scott Garceau's grandson over here. We got your grandson here. This is perfect.
Awesome.
100 years, we've been talking about this for a while, and it's arrived, and a lot has led up to it. A labor of love for you guys, right?
Absolutely. It's over 3 years ago, this all was kind of taking place, and this last year and a half is when a lot of things happened. You know, Scott, you're part of that at the Valley Mansion on October 11th. We're the two schools. That's what this is about.
Night, yeah.
We got two great institutions. Building a community, keeping the community going, knowing how important this 100 years is. So
Absolutely.
this is wonderful. All the things, the homecomings last night up into today's game, and we go sit down with the families and then we do the thing.
We did a tribute to Augie earlier, and obviously he meant so much to this game and to your school. And you guys saluted Augie last night, right?
We did.
Yeah. 8 o'clock, we had a toast to Augie.
That's awesome. Why do you guys do this? You don't have to.
Well, it's just something that was important for us. It was struggling about 8-10 years ago, and Billy Hooper approached me and us, and so we came together and.
Here you are.
And we took up a sponsorship.
Bill Hooper's a Loyola guy.
And Bill was and a Cathedral boy, and we played against. But really, the thing is,
we're here to support them too.
All the people that are back home cooking. And get to enjoy this broadcast. That's why we do it.
That's a great point.
You were part of the 79 team, which was a pretty special bunch, right?
I wasn't. I went to 70. I was there in
79. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that 79 team was the undefeated team.
Unbelievable team.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody.
And I think the only undefeated team, right? In school history.
They were. And we had them all. I mean,
Well, it's
Frank
interesting.
Fuqua was an anchor at that deal.
Frank, we see him on the commercials right now. Frank played middle linebacker.
Yeah.
Kurt Reed was a year before, but Joby Walt was the quarterback.
Joby Walt.
We got pictures here. We're looking at some of the highlights.
There we go.
Yeah.
Joby was the quarterback. His brother Mike quarterbacked in '75, and his father Dick quarterbacked in the '40s. That's what this game is all about, right?
Yeah.
Grandfathers,
Legacy.
fathers, sons. Brennan Creaney played quarterback
Creaney.
here. His dad Mike played at Loyola.
Hey, hang tight, guys. We're going to go down to the field. Hollinshed's Auto Coach's Corner. Let's go down to Sean.
Yeah, I'm here with Loyola head coach Anthony Zayu. Coach, what did you tell your guys at halftime?
I told everybody to pick up their sort of body language. I mean, it's a two-score game, so we just want to make sure. Like, they made some good plays. Cole Herbert had a really good first half, but it's a two-score game. We still feel like we're in the game. I told them to do this for each other. It's about heart. In terms of execution, we have to execute better. We've driven the ball a little bit, but we haven't finished drives.
How's your quarterback, Jordan Moore?
He's good. A little ding. He's fine.
Good stuff. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
All right. More of the 100th Brooks Financial Group Turkey Bowl right after this.
Today's live streaming on WMAR2news.com/live is brought to you by Calvert Hall College. It's 14-0, ready to start the second half. Paul and Michael Brooks with us here, the sponsors of this game, make it possible to bring it to so many people. We're hearing from people in Wyoming and all your alumni streaming the game.
It's fantastic.
It's unbelievable. What an outreach. Paul, you had a good story about Augie playing defense, right? And you said, hey, it's my last day. Can't yell at me too much if I change the defense.
I was at one point not really in his favorite graces.
You won the McDonough game with a
strip sack or something.
Strip sack where you changed the defense.
Yeah, Tony Green.
At the line of scrimmage, right?
Yes.
And Coach Pacelli pulled you up when you came off and said what?
Grabbed my helmet and said, that was not the play we called.
But then he gave you a thumbs up, right?
Then he turned around and he said, hey, nice play, Brooksy. That's good. Hey.
But yeah, Pete Moore kicks it off. Strong kick but sails out of bounds.
Jeez, that didn't sail out of bounds. That went out of the stadium, I'd say.
I mean, he has got a leg.
Yeah, a penalty right there.
Who we got here?
There we go.
Man, you look like you were following orders there.
How about the shoulder pads? We're looking at a picture of Paul, and it's like your shoulder pads make you look like, John Mackey sitting right there.
They used to tell us to wear big ones. Nowadays, nobody wears big shoulder pads.
Nobody wears big ones, yeah.
So there's the team, right?
Oh, yeah. There you go.
There's a young lad.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if you're on the Calvert Hall side, you're pretty happy that number 1 Cole Herbert is on your team, right? He got 3 touchdowns in the game last year. He's got 2 touchdowns today.
Good young player there, huh, guys? Wow.
Absolutely.
So the kick out of bounds gives Loyola the ball. They'll start on their own 35-yard line. Officials looking for the game. What do we got here?
Are we going to start with dessert, or are we going to go right to the turkey? That's the question.
Yeah, the turkey first.
I think this time of the day, I think it's dessert.
I might go for a little pumpkin pie.
Yes, indeed. With some cream on top. You're kidding me, Mike?
A little sweet tooth.
Jordan Moore throwing down the middle. Got a man. It's a little low to Peter.
That's a shame.
Peter Lucas, the intended receiver.
Good route.
Well executed play there, guys. The fake kind of froze the safeties enough time for Bull to go by, but unable to make the connection right there.
So second down and 10.
Yeah, Paul and I are just all tore up about that.
That's a shame. It's a shame that didn't work.
Come on,
no cheering in the press box.
We've got a balanced broadcast here, despite these guys in red. On the ground come the Dons.
That's a nice run.
Yeah, just short of the first down. Kyrie Umoja got 9 yards. Bring up. Oh, wait a minute. They're going to give him a first down.
It looks like they are, Scotty. Michael McNally on the tackle, coming right at us again. Look at big number 56 pulling. That's Ned Kelly.
Billy Dwan, too, with a nice block.
Yeah, Billy Dwan playing a solid game today. Just a sophomore. We mentioned his dad is the assistant lacrosse coach with Dave Petramala over at Hopkins. And mom does some coaching in soccer in the D.C. area.
Moore in the gun. That's Kraus, the H-back, who moves to the right side. Moore keeps it. And he's stopped for a short gain. Got a yard or two, but that's it. Calvert Hall did a good job of stringing it out. Wally Obayanju on the stop for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Scotty, I thought he had a pitch man with him. It looked like it was an option, a fake jet sweep option left, and it looked like he was going to pitch it, but instead of pitching it, he tucked it, and as you mentioned, Calvert Hall did a real good job of stringing it out and pursuing to the football.
Micah Robinson in the backfield with quarterback Jordan Moore. Wait a minute.
Another false start. Or another.
That's their fourth one. Yep.
Wow.
You see the logo,
penalty.
The 100 Turkey Bowl. That's both schools have sported that. And we've seen it around town. It's on programs. It's on books. And 100-year celebration of this great rivalry, the oldest Catholic high school football rivalry in the nation. Jordan Moore, plenty of time over the.
Oh, that's got to be a penalty there.
Noah Bull was just hard. No
defenseless
flag.
Receiver. Wow, that's hard. We're going to take another look at this. You let us know, audience, what you think. Tell you what, little high. Watch the hit. Oh, he did lead with his shoulder. Yeah. In the NFL, that's a penalty, folks. But in high school football today, maybe not. That's Pete Moore with the hit. I'm sorry, Jordan with the hit. And man, he did lower his shoulder. It wasn't helmet to helmet, but the receiver, Scott, was in the air, and there was no question that he was defenseless.
In today's game, when you see hit that hard, no matter where it comes from, you're thinking probably penalty, not in that case. Moore scrambling now to his left, motioning downfield, hops over one, a nice touch pass, complete. Down to the 42, still on his feet is Noah Bull inside the 40. And what a nice play. First of all, Jordan Moore buying the time, the soft touch, and then Bull with some extra yards after the catch.
And that was the same kid just got lit up on the play before that, Noah Bull. And you're right, Scotty, Moore makes the play under control, nice patience, waits for Bull to come free, and then the perfect touch pass over Khalil. Right there, and that Glover right there, that's a big-time play.
More good protection down the middle. It's complete inside the 20. Peter Lucas on the catch, and the Dons are rolling. Keith, part of this is, look at the protection,
Absolutely,
right?
Scotty.
Time in the pocket.
Great protection, great blocking from the line. And Mike Foffel, the offensive coordinator of Loyola, diagramming, running some real good routes here, crossing routes, little out routes. And
we were looking at Mike's playbook, Mike Faithful, before the game, and was showing us certain downs, distance, what he used. Here he goes. Jordan Moore on the run inside the 10 and forced out of bounds down around the 6-yard line by Obayanju.
Second time we are drawing comparisons, guys, Paul and Mike, to Lamar Jackson today. He's done a couple of moves that leaves you thinking, man, this is a younger Lamar Jackson.
He's pretty impressive. He's very impressive to watch.
Watch the move right here on Glover. That's not easy. Well, and then he goes out of bounds.
I think the story is Calvert Hall probably has the deeper, maybe a little more talented team, but this guy can be a difference maker,
no
right?
question.
Yeah, he can narrow the gap.
And he's just learning the position. He's only second year playing quarterback as a junior.
Wow. Moore looking to throw. Flings it out near side. Caught but out of bounds. Incomplete. Van Schleif, the intended receiver. Pretty good defense that time. Didn't have anywhere to go with it.
Yeah, Calvert Hall a little more pressure that time too, Scotty. We're talking about the protection, the last two passes. That time they got after it. I'm sure Frank Carrera, the defensive coordinator for Calvert Hall, not liking what he saw in the prior couple of passes of this, wanted to dial up some heat. Paul, you got to appreciate that being a rush end, right?
Absolutely. Let it go.
Get after it.
Let it go.
Jordan Moore, 11 of 18, 93 yards. Play action fake, fires, incomplete. Just beyond the reach of Ben Schleif, the sophomore, cutting over the middle.
Yeah, he had a little seam there, and Jordan just a little off the mark. Schleif had a little opening. We'll take another look at it. And again, this number 22, Schleif, is a solid high school receiver. Man, Moore again steps into it. Small window and unable to execute it, but real good route that time by Schleif.
Out of the gun, Moore on 3rd and goal, rolling to his right.
Here he goes.
Pressure, and down he goes at the 12-yard line. So Calvert Hall makes a stand as Loyola marched down the field, but a loss of 5. Michael McNelly, the linebacker, the senior, made the stop, and it's 4th down, and the field goal team coming on for the Dons.
Yeah, McNally made the stop, but Anthony Deladon took on two offensive linemen, number 42, strung it out and forced Moore back inside where McNally was waiting for him. Nice defense that time by Calvert Hall.
Connor Gill, he missed a 27-yarder. This is from 29. Wind helping. He's hit 5 field goals on the year, 39-point afters. Right puts it up there, and it is good. So the Dons are on the board. Field goal from Connor Gill cuts the lead to 14-3 with 8:51 left in the third quarter.
50 and out for Coach Bill Careau. Look at his knees. The man with the shorts. His whole family is here today. Look at this. This is great. The big sign. Katie, come on. We've been talking for a decade. She, of course, surprised Dad from coming in from Alaska 4,600 miles later.
Yep, exactly.
You had to be here today.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, that is great.
Longest commute. 4,680 miles.
Bill, really quick, what's going on through your mind? Your heart here, 50 years, and it's over today.
Been fantastic. I'll probably be back, but it's fantastic to have my girls here with me. And my brothers and sisters came in from California to Kansas to Vermont. Down here.
I'll tell you what, it was 45 years ago that Bill asked Jane to marry him, but it was too cold at Memorial State. Take a knee. Take a knee right now. Here we go. 50 years. Ask her to marry you here.
Will you marry me, dear?
Yes. That's great. Congratulations. Bill is one of the greatest men that I know. Keith, Scott, you'll vouch for that.
He is an icon, right? And they had the day at school where everybody showed up in shorts.
Shorts and khakis. Bill Careau, one of the greats. His daughter, Christy, the girls lacrosse coach at Delaney High School, played on one of the great Loyola college teams back with Diane Akins, and what a legendary family.
We got a touchback. The wind-aided kickoff out of the end zone. That the Towson Orthopedic Associates scoring drive. 11 plays, 53 yards. 3 minutes and 9 seconds and a 29-yard field goal gets Loyola on the board. So now you want to follow that up. You did something positive. Nice drive. You got some points. So can you 3 and out them and
absolutely
keep momentum rolling?
That's
right?
A great point, Scott. The interesting thing about that drive, there was no running plays by the running backs. Jordan Moore scrambled for a play, and everything else was a pass. So Mike Foffel thinks he's found something maybe in the secondary that he can attack for Calvert Hall. Let's see now what number 6 Amir Jennings can do. Conversely now to control the clock here a little bit and keep his defense off the field.
Tucker, the lone running back. Up the middle, he's got some running room. He's got a first down. He's on 35-40, 45 midfield. Tucker near the sidelines and finally out of bounds at the 35-yard line of Loyola. So give Calvert Hall credit. Didn't take them long to grab some momentum back. As Tucker busts a big one for 47 yards.
And again, Scott, great blocking at the point of attack by Ryan Swartz, Anthony Weiss, and Braden McPeak.
Yep.
Man, they opened a big hole, little trap, and bam, Tucker was gone. See Donald Davis, his staff at Calvert Hall. Donald, one of the best coaches in the East Coast, to be bluntly honest with you. Done a tremendous job with this program since taking over. I'm going to take another look at this play. See Donald Davis not happy with having to call timeout right here. But again, little quick trap, big hole, and then Tucker with a great acceleration off the cut. And all Loyola can do right now is try to force him to the sideline in pursuit, which they do. Cuts back a little bit here to gain maybe another extra yard, but Noah Bull with the tackle. And that was a interesting.
Miles Griswold is now at left tackle. He's replaced Dan Novotny on the offensive line. Tucker now 14 carries, 163 yards. So turn back the clock. Our 2000 Turkey Bowl highlight package. Davison Brown in the backfield, quarterback option on the keeper. Fumble! He caught it, scored! He caught the fumble and scored the touchdown! Hand off to the fullback, Sebastian Price. Is he in? Yes, he is. Guidera with the snap. Still has the football under pressure, incomplete. Calvert Hall wins. Well, that was 2000 turning back the clock, Keith. And that fumble recovery, a big play in that game. Kobe Floyd on the carry here for a short gain for the Cardinals, who are driving with a 14-3 lead.
And you saw Anto Saka slap the field right there as he comes up, makes the big tackle right there. And this young kid, just a sophomore, man, he is going to be one heck of a football player. Already is. And he is just scratching the surface as to how good he can be. Number 52, Ray Lewis's number, playing like Ray Lewis today.
Ricard, the up back, in the I formation behind Amir Jenkins. It's Tucker off the left guard, pounding forward inside the 25, down near the 22. Joshua Buck on the stop, but it's a first down. Calvert Hall.
Again, following the big push of Dan Novotny and Brandon McPeak, the left side of that offensive line, and just pounding and grounding right now. And that's Donald Davis's MO. Get the lead, pound the ball, run the clock, eat up some real estate and some time.
Twin wide receivers to the right side. Inside handoff. Tucker's got room. No, it's not Tucker. Inside the 10. Fumble. I think he got it back.
Yeah, Scotty, he did get it back. Luckily, it bounced right back up to him. How many times do you see a football bounce right back up? Rarely. We'll see number 21 here. It's James Ricard. Nice, again, great block from number 75 on that play. Braden Krivosh set the whole play up. Little trap right there. Explodes. And watch the ball.
I think
bounces right back up.
Yeah, sometimes they bounce right. They're in the Mercy High School red zone. Ricard's first carry of the year. This is Tucker, and he stacked up just inside the 5-yard line. Kyle Powell on the stop for the Dons. Yeah, Ricard, a little twist there. Been a blocking back all year. Has never had a carry. Had a big one there.
No relation to Patrick Ricard, the Ravens' multifaceted, versatile fullback, nose tackle, pass catcher.
But this Ricard's kind of a bowling ball. Don Nottingham, 5'7", 205.
Yes, he is. More Vontae Leach. Cole Herbert back in the Wildcats, Scotty. Number 1.
Scored 1 touchdown running the ball back there. He'll take it this time to the right side, breaks a tackle, spins down to about the 3-yard line.
Yeah, good initial pursuit there from number 51 off the edge, Kean Callahan. And then Liam Krause comes up to finish it up. But Callahan was the guy, the kid that made the initial burst to force that play outside.
Third and goal. Herbert, right tackle, touchdown. Third touchdown of the game for Cole Herbert. Remember, he scored 3 in last year's Turkey Bowl.
A double hat trick. Yeah, they had him in the backfield. Looked like Philip Florenzo made the initial read, a good read. Watch Herbert look left and then go right. Florenzo's right there. Just can't wrap him up. Boy. Nice play from Florenzo to read it. Better play from Herbert to break the tackle and break the end zone for his 3rd touchdown of the day.
Kieran O'Neill on for the point after. Kicks up and hit the upright. It's no good. So he banged one off the post. And Loyola's lead is 20-3.
Real good drive that time by Calvert Hall, Scotty. 7 plays, 80 yards, and 253. And, man, it was pound and ground
Tucker
all
with the big
way.
one to get it started, though. First play, they popped the big one. 20-3, 5:57 left in the 3rd quarter, the 100th Turkey Bowl. Towson Orthopedic Associates scoring drive didn't take long. 7 plays, 80 yards, 253. Tucker with the big run to get it started. Swift kick, Dons grab it across the 25, 30, and up to about the 34-yard line. Liam Krause on the return for Loyola. The Dons get it with 5:44 left in the 3rd quarter. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Scott Garceau, Keith Mills, Jamie Costello, Sean Stepner, and the entire staff. I think the crew call was about 4:35 this morning. They're out here getting everything perfect so you can enjoy it at home, and we're glad to be a part of this. Covered my first Turkey Bowl in '80, but I think we started broadcasting. We did a few in the early '80s, and it kind of went away. Brooks Brothers and everybody else came back and got this thing rolling, I think, in 1999, right? We've been here ever since.
Yeah, you and I did the first one, Scotty, and we're back, brother. It's great to be back with you 20 years later.
Great to have you back. Short gain on the play. That's Umoja. Mike Johnson on the stop. And a shout out to our good buddy Tom Matty, too, who's been a part of this for a lot of years. Tom called a lot of turkey bowls with us. He'll be at the house for turkey dinner today, but thinking about Tom and
absolutely number 41,
his contribution
to a lot of turkey bowls. Also want to thank Bill Hooper. The Brooks brothers were talking about Bill, the general manager at WMAR Channel 2, and
he knows a little about the turkey bowl, right?
Yes, he does. No question about it.
Loyola Roots. Oh, Jordan Moore just a little behind Peter Lukish. He had him, but the pass a little on the inside, had to turn back and couldn't quite pull it in.
Yeah, that's a tough pass to complete from the angle that Jordan's throwing the ball, because the receiver's crossing his sight line, and to try to lead him, and that is very difficult because there's a defensive back right over his shoulder. So that's a tough play to execute. No doubt about it. Big third down here, Scotty. 3rd and 9.
Ball just across the 35-yard line. Jordan Moore, the talented junior captain, throwing down the middle, and it's batted. Deflected by number 8, Mike Johnson, the middle linebacker. He's an all-MIAA pick. Now we got a flag down.
Yeah, penalty. Hang on. Late flag at that, Scott. We'll see what happens here. Jim Oliver huddling up with his...
This Loyola defense has 3 all-MIAA picks. Glover, Johnson, the 2 linebackers, as well as their safety, Trey Jordan.
Yeah, Johnson very active. We've seen him defend the outside. We've seen him tackle Jordan Moore on the outside. We've seen him stuff a run up the middle. We just seen him play pass defense.
Couldn't hear all of that, but a dead ball, personal foul.
Bottom line is it extends the drive for Loyola. They get an automatic first down on the 15-yard personal foul. So Jordan Moore and his offense go back to work here.
I'm looking on the far sideline, and Donald Davis doing some pacing. Obviously, he's upset with that. Moore down the middle. Got a big hit. And incomplete. Trey Jordan on the hit. Peter Lukish, the intended. And now we have a couple of flags and another one.
See, if you're not going to call the one earlier, Now we'll see. We'll see it again here, and we'll see if he leads with his helmet or his shoulder. The first play that was not called, the defensive back led with his shoulder.
We just talked about
and it was not called.
Yeah, Trey Jordan.
We'll see here after the Jim Oliver makes the call. Yeah.
Just unsportsmanlike, no details, but here's why.
Yeah, we'll see it again here. Lukish is the intended receiver. Let's see. Well, I'll tell you what, Scott, that was no different than what he did the first time.
Yeah, shoulder down in the stomach area. It wasn't up high near the helmet.
Tough for Trey Jordan to figure out what to do. The first time it happened, hey, it was not a penalty. This time, I didn't think that was as egregious as the first one.
I agree. But it is a first down, Loyola. Now they're inside the 35. Out of the gun. Jordan Moore throwing, now running. Spots an opening in the middle. Across the 30 down near the 27. Fumble! Calvert Hall has it. The Cardinals pick up the fumble and return it back to about the 33-yard line. So Jordan Moore with the run, but he coughed it up in a 12-yard return. Number 3 for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Trey Jordan again. He had the big hit a minute ago, which got penalized for. Watch more. Let's see what happens. Great move there, but the ball definitely comes out before his knee is down. Actually, that's number 1.
Cole
Herbert again. Yeah. Herbert playing everywhere today, playing safety. Looking for some extra running room. Finally gets corralled. Billy Dwan, number 50, in on the tackle as well. But a big turnover here with midway through the third quarter.
So how was your Thanksgiving, Cole Herbert? Well, I had 3 touchdowns, and I recovered a fumble and did a couple other things. Welcome back. Scott and Keith with you. Jamie and Sean down on the field. And happy Thanksgiving, everybody, from all of us at WMAR. Happy to bring you the 100th Turkey Bowl. What a historic lead-up to this game, too, as the 2 schools that celebrated this special day. That's Tucker muscling his way across the 40. Philip Forenzo, the captain defensive tackle, on the stop.
Yeah, Scotty, big offensive line for Calvert Hall starting to take over. Big hole there at the point of attack. But some clarification on that penalty on Trey Jordan a couple of plays ago. We thought it might have been a personal foul for the hit. It was actually an unsportsmanlike conduct for some of the chatter after the hit, which led to that penalty.
Yeah, because all of a sudden, 3 flags. I mean, it was late, and all of a sudden there were 3 of them down. Pass completed across the 40. This is Kellen Wade. Wade down inside the 20, still up and tackled near the 15-yard line. Kalen Wade.
Great execution on this play, Scotty. 45-yard gain just when you think they're never going to pass the ball again in this game. Amir Jennings pulls it back and hits Wade in stride. He turns it into a monster 45-yard gain, and the Hall knocking on the door again.
Russ keeping our stats. What was the pass-run ratio? It was like 30 runs to 3 passes. That one short hops. Kai Sasaki incomplete. Sasaki, interesting story, Keith. They love him. He's a leader on this team. One of the kids, Sean Ketchen, said, who inspires you? And a lot of guys say professional athletes. He said, my teammate, Kai Sasaki.
Oh, how about that?
He's a lacrosse player, and he's going to the Naval Academy. He's a special kid. His coach couldn't say enough good things about him.
Special player as well as quarterback Amir Jenkins, who is just executing the Calvert Hall game plan today to perfection for Coach Donald Davis.
They're in the Mercy High School red zone, and this is Kobe Floyd. Floyd trying to get to the end zone and stacked up inside the 3. Trey Oakley had a hand on him, couldn't bring him down. And Kobe Floyd, who scored a touchdown in last year's Turkey Bowl, looking for another one there. Honor roll student Kobe Floyd.
Boy, that's just effort 101 right there, Scotty. He just barreling through the Loyola defense.
Kobe's favorite player, Zeke Elliott. He'd be proud of him with that run, right?
Hey, Jamal Lewis would be proud of that run, let me tell you.
Floyd, the tailback's got the football, and he smashed. Nice play. Kyle Powell there. One-on-one football.
Yeah, Kyle Powell played a really good second half. Coming off the edge here, just reads the play really well. Darts right across the point of attack and make the tackle save a touchdown and keep Loyola in it for at least another down here. Crucial part of this game now with 3 minutes left for the Dons.
Tucker, the tailback now on 2nd and goal from the 1.
It's like Amir Jenkins maybe changing the play here a little bit.
Straight ahead, too easy. Sean Tucker in for the score. Tucker with a big Turkey Bowl game. He's nearing a couple hundred yards rushing. Sean Tucker, 18 carries for 180 yards, and give him a touchdown. Number 24 having himself a day.
Watch the line surge here. You know it's a good play when 3 of your offensive linemen lead the running back into the end zone, and that's what happened. Ryan Swartz, number 75, Braden Krevosh, just laying the wood down on the Loyola defense. Number 72, Brendan McPeak, also in that scrum, and that is great offensive line play.
And the point after from Kieran O'Neill is good. Tucker, an all-MIA sprinter, went from 182 pounds to over 200 this year. Hasn't lost speed, has added bulk, and he is a handful.
Well, he certainly is, and offensive line blocking will help make a good back a great one. And on this team and this drive, that's what happened.
Got a penalty marker down, so we'll see. Point after was good. We got some paperwork, pencil and paper out as you take a look at referee Jim Oliver.
Always difficult doing a game like this. Got a lot of emotions. Difficult for the kids to handle it sometimes. And we saw a little chirping and some squawking back and forth.
All right, 2 dead ball fouls on the defense. They'll hang those on the kickoff. Right now, let's turn back the clock and take a look at the 2013 Turkey Bowl.
Evans rolling to his right. He's pressured, in trouble, and loses the football. It's picked up by Calvert Hall. Look out. Could go. The Cardinals have picked up the football, and Montez McCray takes it in for a touchdown. Now they're back to more of a traditional set with 5 interior linemen. Up the middle, it's Hazelton. He's got room. Could go. 40, 30, 10-5, touchdown! Second down, direct snap, straight ahead. Fumble, but I think he broke the plane. Lamar sets, has time, throws corner of the end zone, has a man open, caught. Eric Evans, touchdown. Snap a little high, Soriano block, Loyola wins. Loyola blocks the point after.
Jake Nordhausen, who could forget that one in overtime, blocked the extra point attempt, and Loyola ended a 4-game losing streak with a 21-20 overtime win. Kickoff from the 12-yard line. Don't see this one a lot.
No, you don't, Scotty. With the win, who knows where this ball's going to go, but Jake Nordhausen, special teams, probably the biggest special teams play since Phil Marsiglia in 1969. His first field goal ever to win the game for Calvert Hall.
He hadn't kicked a field goal all year. They kicked one. That was the 50th anniversary game. Actually, pretty good kick into that win. Bouncing around and now finally fielded at the 40. And no advance from there. So a nice job on the coverage. Adam Bartos on the stop. Towson Orthopedic Associates scoring drive. 6 plays, 67 yards, 1 minute and 48 seconds. And Calvert Hall takes a 27-3 lead on the Sean Tucker TD.
Yeah, Scotty, we heard at halftime Jamie Costello talking to Donald Davis, and Davis acknowledging Jimmy Margraf, the longtime coach at Johns Hopkins, who passed away last year, and giving a salute out to his wife Alice and everyone over at Hopkins. Well, Jimmy's one of his best friends, and leading receivers at Hopkins back in the early 80s was Bill Stromberg.
Yes, sir.
Who was a Hall of Fame 1978 graduate from Loyola High School and one of the great athletes to ever come out of Baltimore.
Jordan Moore throwing far sideline. Was he in? And Ben Schleif, the intended receiver, incomplete.
One other footnote on Bill Stromberg. He's now the CEO of T. Rowe Price, and he's done a lot of things for a lot of people. His name is also in the baseball stadium over at Hopkins now as well for Coach Bobby Babb. And I was at Notre Dame at the Navy-Notre Dame game a couple weeks ago. I'll get into this, how it pertains to Bill Stromberg right after this.
Moore's missed his last 5 throws. Not this time. It's complete. Right near midfield, Keegan Pross, his favorite target. Pross, 9 touchdown catches on the year. 41 catches, 631 yards. Say probably the second fastest player in their offense. Ben Schleif, probably the fastest.
Big 3rd and 3 right here. Now 4 down Terrier, no doubt for Anthony Zayo and his team. They like to get it on 3rd down, and they will.
Hand it off, and they've got the first down. That's Kyrie Umoju. Took a couple of hits, but got forward close to the 45.
So Billy Stromberg in the College Football Hall of Fame. Bob Williams from Loyola High School in the College Football Hall of Fame. Scotty, All-America quarterback at Notre Dame. Went to Loyola and started the Highland Federal Savings and Loan in East Baltimore when he got out of college and got back to Baltimore and helped change lives of the people in that part of town.
Here goes Jordan Moore at the 40-35 and stacked up and slammed down right there. That's DeMar Siebels. He's been in on a lot of big hits in this game.
I tell you what, Scotty, Cole Herbert might be the MVP of the game, but certainly the defensive player of the game might be this kid, Siebels. He's made all kind of plays in the passing game today. Now, whoa, boy, that's a WWE body slam right there, huh?
And remember, he had 8 touchdowns in a rec game. He can play offense too if they need him.
This kid is a football player, man. Let me tell you.
Out of the gun, Moore looking to throw. Got a man open, underthrown and incomplete. Kind of short hop, Ben Schleif.
Yeah, and even if he catches it, Scotty's already down on one knee, so kind of negated what could have been a nice play right there. But Jordan Moore, I'll tell you what, got to love this kid. And the Loyola program is in good hands offensively with this young quarterback.
That was a playmaker. That was a junior who's a great player in Jordan Moore throwing to a sophomore Schleif who's a nice player.
Absolutely. A lot of good young kids.
Pretty good time. Look out. Here he goes. Showtime. Throwing deep and caught. Touchdown. Ben Schleif from Jordan Moore. Got a good hop and stuck with it. And Loyola with their first touchdown of the game.
Yeah, we'll take a look at this. 2 levels to this play. The first is the pass. Moore off his back foot takes a hit as he throws it. Looks like Trey Jordan's going to knock it away, but no! Schleif comes down.
Yeah, Obayanju was there. Good coverage.
Oh, yeah, number 2 it was, not number 3. Yeah, good call, Scotty. But Schleif, the biggest catch of his young career, huh? In the 100th Turkey Bowl? Wow.
You can never take that one away from
Absolutely.
you. You're on the Turkey Bowl scoreboard.
And Jordan Moore makes a play out of nothing. Well done.
Gill's kick up is good. And the lead is now 27-10. So the Dons feeling a little better. They got one in the end zone. Schleif 3 catches for 45 yards and a touchdown. Take a drink of water.
Well deserved. Loyola loving life right now, at least for the time being. They're still down 27-10, but hats off to young Jordan Schleif, number 22, with his first Turkey Bowl touchdown.
Gotta feel good. The Dons, they've made some plays in this game, Keith, but Calvert Hall seems to have an answer.
Yeah, we're going to take another look at this. As I said earlier, watch Moore get crunched and just, bam, Deladon rips him clean tackle, and it takes me back to the Lamar Jackson pass a couple weeks ago against New England over the middle to Andrews for a touchdown where he got clobbered by the Patriots defense, hung in, made the throw. Oh, man, that's a big-time play by Jordan Moore. Big hit there by number 42, Anthony Deladon, and it still didn't negate the touchdown. Well done. Love that kid, man. He's going to be a really good player. Already is.
Obayanju and Tucker back deep. Connor Gill to kick it off. Wind behind him. Let's see if he rocks this one into the end zone. Yes, sirree. About 4 yards deep and out of the end zone. Touchback.
You know, Scotty, we're seeing so many young kids come out now that play that kind of Lamar Jackson kind of offense where you can, dual threat offense. And Ken Niumatalolo, the head coach at Navy, has one in Malcolm Perry, but he also has an interesting theory. His theory is these kids now in 5th, 6th, and 7th grade are the best athletes are playing quarterback, and they're throwing 500 to 600 times in 7-on-7 games.
Everybody's playing the spread offense.
Absolutely. Yep. One of those kids is a kid named John Griffith, who's the quarterback at St. Francis, the number 1 ranked team. He's in the stands today watching this game. He's one of those kids.
Noah Brannick is at quarterback for Calvert Hall. Not sure if this is just a play or if something happened to Amir Jenkins, but Brannick, the freshman, under center. And he hands off to Kobe Floyd. Floyd off the right side. The Towson Orthopedic Associates scoring drive for Loyola. They went 6 plays, 57 yards in 2 minutes and 27 seconds. And they're on the board here with their first touchdown of the game. Just a minute left to play in the 3rd quarter. It's 27-10, Calvert Hall.
How about you're a 9th grader getting your first action in the 100th Turkey Bowl? Reminds us of Pat Fitzgerald. Remember the kid, young quarterback a couple years ago for Calvert Hall, 10 years ago?
Brannick has thrown 49 passes this year, so he has had some playing time. He's 16 of 49 for 148 yards, 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Now, the running game, I think he's taken some knees, Keith, because he's had 12 rushes for minus 30 yards. But I think in high school football, you get sacked, they take that off your rushing total.
Yeah, Kean Callahan with another tackle. But Pat Fitzgerald, young Calvert Hall sophomore, remember we were doing the game back in 08, I think it was, and he's 5'7". He played baseball for Towson eventually, Towson University. But he came in and he looked like Lamar Jackson out there that day. A couple of years later, he led the Hall to a win in the Turkey Bowl.
2nd down and 3. Brannick under center. Check it, 3rd down. And this is Tucker stopped short of the 30, short of the first down. Kean Callahan on the stop, and will bring up 4th down.
Well, Kean Callahan, everything as advertised. Anthony Zayu told us he's one of their big play guys from the edge, and he is proving it today. Boy, he's played a real strong second half.
So that's the end of the 3rd quarter. 1 to play in the 100th Turkey Bowl. Calvert Hall leads the Dons. Oh, get the turkey ready. Everybody's getting hungry. 27-10, the Hall on top. Here's your prime lending stats after 3 quarters, Keith.
Yes, Scotty. Sean Tucker's got 180 of those 296 rushing from Calvert Hall. They lead in total yards, 374. And they're churning it out, and here we go again.
4th down, 4th and short. Brannick under center. Tucker's the tailback. They give it to the up back, and that's a first down. Jamal Ricard, who didn't have a carry this season's, got a couple today, and that one's good for the first down.
Yeah, it's got a great push again from the offensive line. They fired out at the point of attack and just dominated the Loyola defense there, and that's a big gain on fourth down, no question about it. Hey, I also want to thank, we mentioned Bill Hooper, the outstanding general manager, Channel 2. I want to thank Dan Jarris, the WBAL general manager, who was also in the Loyola High School Board of Directors, for allowing me to be here with you today.
That's right. We got a waiver.
What a thrill. What a thrill.
Not much going on that time for Kobe Floyd as the Dons stack him up as we start the fourth quarter, the 100th Turkey Bowl. The history of this series, well, lately Calvert Hall has dominated. They're trying to win their 6th straight here today. It'll be 10 of the last 11. Prior to that, Loyola won 6 straight. Loyola leads the all-time series. Tight formation. Tucker, the tailback, has the football, trying to get outside and can't get away. Number 34, Liam Krause, had him by the ankles and wouldn't let go.
Yeah, Krause and Callahan on the edges, playing well. That time, man, he hung on for life. Didn't need any help. Extra help, I should say, but he got it. You see Amir Jenkins, the starting quarterback for Calvert Hall, with his helmet off. And
so what am I doing over here?
I'm wondering if he's hurt and we haven't been given any information on that, or it was just a quarterback switch from Donald Davis there.
Noah Brannick, the freshman, he's the quarterback, looking to throw on third down. It's complete. Penalty marker down as Kobe Floyd has the first down out across midfield, but this one looks like it's coming back.
It's on our side. It's got a near side, and yeah, you see the reaction there from the young quarterback, number 15, Noah Brannick. He knows that's coming out, but a really well-executed play by Brannick there. We'll wait and see on the penalty. Donald Davis not happy with that, but has to be happy with the execution of the play. Brannick rolling left.
Let's go down and get an update. Here's Sean.
Yeah, guys, talk with the Calvert Hall sideline just now. Everything is fine with Amir Jenkins. He is okay, no injury. They're just getting Brannick some snaps here, and I would anticipate to see Brannick the rest of the way unless something crazy happens in this fourth quarter.
All right, they're up 27-10. Yeah, unless a quick touchdown could change it.
Could change that in a hurry.
Yeah. But Amir Jenkins, Donald Davis, nice to have a freshman in the pipeline.
Question.
So Jenkins will be a senior next year. He's got 2 quarterbacks that are getting experience. Tucker and Floyd in the eye behind Brannick. Brannick play action, looking to throw. Got a man downfield, wide open. Sasaki got it. Couldn't keep his feet. He had to extend to catch the ball at the 35-yard line. But Kai Sasaki got open behind the defense, and the freshman, Noah Brannick, put it on the money.
I tell you what, he put a little too much air on that baby.
Yeah.
Or it's a touchdown, but a great throw and even a better catch, diving catch. A la the great Raymond Berry back in the old Colt days right there, but a spectacular catch. But how about the poise of the freshman? Man, spot on pass right there.
Brannick going deep this time, overthrowing Cole Herbert. Well covered, double team downfield. Dylan Wheeler on the coverage. Let's go down to Sean.
Hey guys, yeah, I was out at practice for Calvert Hall earlier this week talking with Kai Sasaki. Now, Thanksgiving, the Turkey Bowl, kind of awkward in the Sasaki household. That's because Kai, obviously playing for Calvert Hall, his brother went to Loyola. Yeah, he's on the Loyola sideline today. And he says this game really just all about obviously winning for the Cardinals, but see who's going to be happy later tonight around the dinner table.
Yes.
That's his brother Ethan, who's a lacrosse and football player for Loyola.
Well, our friends the Villegius. Joe went to Loyola. His son, Big Joe, played baseball for Lou Eckrell on that great team with Mike Newton that went undefeated. So there was a
lot of split
cross family there, right? Do what you have to do.
Brannick hands it off to Tucker, and he's met by Saka. Saka will give you a sock.
He gave him a sock right there, Scotty. Popped him. Number 52. You see number 7 right there. That's Joshua Buck, but number 52 as well on the play. Saka, man, he wrapped him up hard.
You can imagine 2 more years of him.
Oh,
he's just a sophomore.
And Anthony Zayu told us he saw him walking around in middle school and said, "Hey, why don't you play football?" Well, I don't know. You got to talk to my father. So he did, and now here he is.
He said he worked on him. Yeah. What do you mean, man? You got to be on the team. He knew what he saw talent. Brannick looking to throw, and down he goes. Philip Forenza, the senior captain. And now we've got flags after the play again. Ryan Schwartz, the center, did some pushing down there.
Yeah, there's been some jawing going on. Now there's a little extracurricular physical activity, courtesy of Ryan Schwartz.
Ryan Schwartz, coach says, who's the strongest guy on the team? He said Ryan Schwartz, 5'10", 260-pounder.
Let's take another look. You see the finish of this play, slammed down by Florenzo, and watch.
Oh, a little bit of that.
Oh, there it is. There's Ryan Schwartz, and Florenzo sells it.
You put your hands up. I did nothing, right?
He's selling it. Are you kidding me?
It's funny how people will come up to me and say, you did my turkey bowl 15 years ago. I had a father came up to me within the last year or two. He said, hey, you did the turkey. My kid was the one thrown out of the game. I said, hey, stuff happens.
Stuff happens. Way it goes.
Pete Moore to punt into the wind, or with the wind, I'm sorry. And that one backs up a little bit and down around the 17-yard line.
So Loyola gets it back. Good stand by the
35-yard punt that time. We got 8:50 to play. Calvert Hall on top, 27-10 in the 100th Turkey Bowl. Jordan Moore buying time on the run, and they get him from behind around the 19-yard line. Chidi Ejoy on the stop. Easter's Lock and Security Solutions defensive lock of the game. Had some good plays in this one, Keith. DeMar Seabliss.
Yeah, Seabliss has played a big-time game today in a variety of pass coverages. He's made some big tackles, and he's right now just setting the tone for this Calvert Hall defense.
More short completion to Ben Schleif. Jaheim Henderson on the quick tackle for Calvert Hall. Henderson, a 6-foot, 170-pound senior, couple of interceptions on the season.
Oh, big 3rd and 5. Watch this little razzle-dazzle play here, Scotty.
Student body right, and
oh, what a play!
Moore can't get loose on the left side because Chidi Ejoy with a terrific play there. You saw his speed matched up with the very fast Jordan Moore, and it's a loss of 3 yards.
Yeah, interesting. They had like 7 guys lined up on the right side.
Student body right.
Yeah, student body right. Old coach. See Mike Foffel with the baseball hat on right there. Interesting call. Let's take a look. But watch the speed, the closing speed of number 44 right here, because Moore can turn on the Jets, but not that time. Wow, nice play.
Who inspires him? He said his dad, who works 80 hours a week and never misses any family responsibilities.
How about that?
Jordan Moore going long, and it's underthrown. Trying to get it upfield to Peter Lukish.
Yeah, the wind just got that one, Scotty. Just knocked it down. It would have been interesting to see if the wind didn't, because he was there. Moore made a nice throw. The wind just caught it, and that was basically it. And the turnover on downs here, deep in Loyola's territory.
So we've got a timeout. 7:08 left to play in the 100th Turkey Bowl. Calvert Hall with a comfortable 27-10 lead. All right, here's our Brooks Financial Group game summary, Keith, and a whole lot of Herbert on there.
A whole lot of Cole Herbert. 32-yard pass from Amir Jenkins to Herbert. Started the scoring in Herbert on a wildcat run for 38 yards, and then later a 3-yard touchdown run before Sean Tucker's 1-yard run. And a touchdown pass from Moore to Schleif.
Herbert out of the wildcat, hands it off this time. Penalty markers are down. Kobe Floyd runs it inside the 10, but a couple of flags down on this one.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a holding call or block in the back. Looks like number 7 of Calvert Hall. Jaden Beckle's not real happy. He may be the guilty player, but as the officials huddle up.
Fourth time that Loyola or Calvert Hall has started in Loyola territory in the game, so they flip field position a lot.
Absolutely. Here's the call.
No offsetting. Holding and a personal foul.
We're getting flooded with texts as people watching the game and loving the fact that you and I are back together. Joby Walt, who quarterbacked that 79 team, just sent me a text saying he's been watching the game. 2 down defensive linemen are now in the game for Calvert Hall's offense for blocking purposes here, as we see Cole Herbert back into Wildcat again, Scotty.
Got some muscle in front of Herbert who could make some plays. Keeper left side got a gap and stumbles and rolls down around the 12-13 yard line.
Yeah, Daniel Owens and Connor Icard, 2 of the defensive linemen, are in on this series to add a little bit more bulk up front. Not that they really needed. Their offensive line averaged about 280.
He got 7, 2nd and 3. They're in the Mercy High School red zone. Still in the Wildcat. Herbert up the middle. Oh, he ran into a blue jersey.
Yeah, Kean Callahan. Callahan is playing a monster game from the edge. He just cracks down hard at the point of at the snap, at the point of attack. Reads it really well. Watch it right here. Herbert fake, and watch 51 shed the block and just rip Cole Herbert right there, boy. Welcome to my world, huh?
You want to run the Wildcat? Okay.
Okay.
Callahan having a big game. He's also a terrific student, 3.7 grade point average. Jenkins at a wide receiver now. The quarterback split wide to the left side.
Let's see if they run him in motion,
Gives it to him, and there he goes, touchdown. Too easy, Kobe Floyd. Kobe Floyd on a little jet sweep action. Turns the corner, and that was too easy, right?
Yeah, we've seen the Ravens do this a couple of times with Hollywood Brown, and today, number 7, Jaden Beckles gets his first touchdown on a jet sweep, they call it, and bam,
Kobe Floyd.
Like that.
Yeah.
Oh, Kobe Floyd, I'm sorry,
We had a number flip because he was 27.
Exactly.
Changed it right before the game. Yeah, that's Kobe Floyd, the senior. Had a touchdown in last year's Turkey Bowl.
Well executed play right there.
They'll go for 2 here.
33-10 Calvert Hall. This would make it 35-10, obviously, and we'll see how the freshman plays it back in at quarterback.
Noah Brannick. Oh, no, it's a direct snap with a reverse, and now trying to get the throw. There he is. Sasaki got a foot in. It's complete, but we got a flag down. Sean Ketchen threw it. Ketchen has played quarterback some, wide receiver. Kai Sasaki on the reception.
Could be an illegal formation there, Scotty. We'll see how they play this, but or see how they rule it.
Nobody by Sasaki. He was wide open. Had to kind of tiptoe the sideline.
Jim Oliver and his crew at times today looked a little confused out there.
Takes a while.
Yeah, it looks like
he's got his earpieces falling out. He got a headset on.
In honor of the 79 Calvert Hall unbeaten team, he's wearing that right there.
That's Joby's team, right?
That's Joby's team, yeah. Joby and John Bodiford and Mark Clark and all those kids. Frank Folco in the middle. We talked to the Brooks brothers. They were part of that whole 78 to 83 era of great football with Augie Maselli and Dave Shannon, the defensive coordinator. Man, what a group.
Looks like we had a legal downfield. I just saw him go to the hat. They had a whole lot going on. There were reverses and pivots and pitching. And one of the blockers got a little deep.
I think the officials are saying, "Hey Donald, it's 5:40 left in the game. It's 5:40. Up 33-10.
In the oven.
Let's kick it and move on here.
Come on, turkey in the oven.
Come on."
So Pete Moore is going to attempt a field goal now. It'll be a 35-yarder.
This is Justin Tucker distance here for point after, right?
Yeah. 10 of 12 on the year, 83% on his field goals, and this one looks wide left. Yeah, not the easiest day to be kicking footballs today. So no point after, no score. Score remains 33-10, 5:40 to play in the Turkey Bowl. Let's take a look at our First Financial Federal Credit Union. Extra credit for extra effort. It's Jordan Moore.
Oh, no surprise. This is a spectacular Lamar Jackson-like run. Second quarter today's game. He jukes about 7, 8, 9 guys. Finally gets hauled in. We'll see it again. And Scotty, you can't run this any better. Little stutter step right there, a la Lamar. Oh, yeah. Little spin. Protects the football.
So keep your eye on his belt, but the belt is moving in too many different directions.
Exactly. Exactly. You know, the Loyola offense, you wouldn't know it by the fact they've only scored 10 points. But, you know, Anthony Zayu came here a couple of years ago. He played his college football for Nick Saban at LSU and has a rich pedigree. And he's done some real good things. He and Mike Foffel offensively with this young quarterback, Jordan Moore. And they're just scratching the surface. For Loyola fans, these guys are going to be around for a while.
As our Towson Orthopedic Associates scoring drive, 3 plays, 20 yards, with Floyd scoring on a 12-yard touchdown untouched, and we got another penalty.
Some of the crowd filing out now, ready to tackle the turkey, so to speak. Great 100th Turkey Bowl crowd today, Scotty.
The side you're looking at right now, where predominantly the Calvert Hall side was packed. There wasn't a seat over there, and there were hundreds of people ringing the upper level.
Absolutely.
So really a nice turnout here today on a cold, kind of breezy day. A little overcast now. We had sunshine for most of the day, but that whole side of this field was packed.
It was sellout crowd today for the 100th game. Not surprising. These two, those schools with great alumni bases.
Keith, we started, actually the first game was played at Hopkins in this rivalry that's now 100 years old, Homewood Field. I picked it up when I got to town in 1980. Of course, it was Memorial Stadium. 10 o'clock, Loyola Calvert Hall, 2 o'clock, City and Pauley.
Absolutely.
That was a tradition for a long time that went away when the state playoffs came and things were restructured. But this is a great venue.
Perfect.
Players love playing
venue
where the Ravens played, but this is Towson where the schools are. You pack it instead of having 12,000 in the 70,000 seat stadium. And I like the games here at United Stadium. Kyrie Umoja on the carry. That's a first down for Loyola.
Yeah, bruise and run right there. Hey, it's Johnny Unitas Stadium. If there's ever a Baltimore-esque shrine to a football player, this is it. So, hey, I'm with you. Everybody likes to play where the Ravens play, but this is the perfect venue for this game. No question about it.
Jordan Moore going to throw it across the field, incomplete. Intended for Schleif. Let's go down, check in with our buddy, Jamie Costello.
All right, it's time to name drop. Ready? Here, stay with me now. Drew. Dave Westervelt, Drew's brother. Dave Westervelt tells me that the umpire, Greg, is his brother-in-law, who's a Loyola grad, all right? Now it gets better. Don Menny, who's a graduate of Calvert Hall, is refereeing Turkey Bowl with his son, who's a Calvert Hall grad or a Loyola grad. And here is J.J. Karwicki is watching us right now from the bridge of the River Kwai in Thailand. Okay, one more. Orstown Bank celebrating 100 years. They just moved in here to the Baltimore area. They're a sponsor. We go to Oarsville and Tom Matty.
Oh, nice.
Earl Morrow takes the snap.
Baby.
Lateral to Matty. Matty back over to Earl, who missed Jimmy Orr in the end zone in Oarsville.
Yeah, had to ruin a good day, J-Mo.
Yeah, and how about one more? Dash is watching us. One of the great sports producers of our time is watching us because Keith Mills is on TV. That's
absolutely,
why.
brother.
Great.
Chris fighting a major fight with cancer right now, and he's still on top of his game.
We're all pulling for him. Another thing when we talk about these two teams, when you go to the sportscasting world, Mel Kiper, Calvert Hall grad and a big fan, and he's been involved with the Cardinals. And if you want to go on the Loyola side of sportscasting, we have to go to a man named Jim McManus, the great Jim McKay, and all his great work on ABC's Wide World of Sports. But those are some of the names. Vince Bagley, obviously, the dean, the guy that we all looked up to, Loyola. So many traditions in this game.
Absolutely.
Moore throwing the bomb, and it's incomplete. Nice defense downfield. It was broken up by Nigel Henderson.
Yeah, good coverage there by Henderson. Nice throw by Moore. Little underthrow, but still good defense here by Henderson. And Moore steps into that one. Got good time, good protection. Just a little short.
Keegan
Henderson
Pross,
in good spot.
Keegan Pross, 9 touchdown catches, so he's the guy.
He's got some speed, too.
They start throwing it down the field.
He's one of their fastest guys on the team.
4th down, trying to keep it alive. Complete. And that's a first down. That's Keegan Pross, who he just went deep to.
Set him up for that route, Scott. Go deep. Second play, you stop, and Jordan Moore put it right on the button. Hey, we talked about Bill Hooper. He played, you're the general manager of Channel 2. He played basketball at Loyola for the great Jerry Savage, and was on that great team with Pete Budko and all those guys back in the 70s, and Tony Guy.
Moore with time, throwing in the end zone, got him in. Oh, he dropped it. Noah Bull was open and just didn't bring it in. And Jordan Moore said, my goodness, I thought we had 6.
Jordan, it happens to Tom Brady. It happened to Peyton Manning. Hadn't happened to Lamar much this year.
Well, it happened to Noah Bull that time, too.
Yes, it did.
Noah has 4. He's caught 4 touchdowns this year, so he's done it before. But I'd like to have that one back.
Nice pass, though, by Jordan. Put it right on the money.
Vincent Serrato is in the slot on the near side. Pass complete to Schleif, and short gain as he gets down to the 28-yard line. Ben Schleif's had a busy day. Austin Martin on the stop for the Cardinals.
We're dropping names. Scott, Joe Sullivan's the CEO at Lave Mason. He's watching us today. His boys played lacrosse here at Loyola High School, and Joe very instrumental in starting the youth hockey, not starting the Youth Hockey Association, but certainly continuing it when he got here from Minnesota.
Schleif 5 catches for 50 yards. Here's Moore on the run. Got a man wide open. Oh, he missed him. Ben Schleif was wide open, and he should have thrown it inside. He threw it a little long to the outside. And so first you have a receiver that drops a touchdown, and then you have a man open, and the quarterback's off a little bit. And just a little bit off today for the Dons.
Yeah, just a hair. Again, throwing in a difficult wind today, crosswind throughout the game, both sides of the field. And we'll see how they handle this. 4th and 10 here with 2:56 left in the 100th Turkey Bowl.
14th play of the drive. Jordan Moore, what do you got? Look out, here come the Cardinals, and down he goes. But 4 white jerseys on top of him. Trevor Miles, the first to get there. Number 42, Anthony Deldon, he was there. They met at the quarterback.
Yes, they did. Young Miles, Trevor Miles, an 11th grader, getting his first action of the day.
Keith, one of your favorites, the 1979 Turkey Bowl. Let's check out some highlights.
What a team they had.
Joby, you were fantastic, but I could have completed that pass. Your guys were getting open.
But again, Joby Walt's brother Mike quarterbacked in 75, and his father Dick in 1940s. Amazing heritage, man. What a lineage of this game.
That's Ray Glass. Both coaches giving a chance for some of their backup players to get on the field and say they played in the Turkey Bowl, which is a nice gesture.
You know, Scotty, I mentioned Bob Williams. Maybe he could go down as maybe the greatest college player to ever come out of Baltimore.
Good shot there of maybe, the pain of losing this game.
That's being a leader right here. Hey, this is your last game, and we appreciate your effort. I'll take it from here, Jordan Moore says, and we're going to win this game next year.
That is arm around Keegan Pross, his favorite receiver, because Keegan Pross this is his last trip. He's a senior.
Absolutely.
Jordan Moore gets another chance next year.
Yes,
but
he does.
If you're a senior, and a lot of the seniors, we talk about this game and the guys that have gone on to the NFL, major college football, Lawrence Cager now. But for most of these players, it's the last time they'll play football.
Absolutely.
And they've been playing since they're 7 or 8 in Pop Warner rec leagues, and this is their last day, and it's the biggest game of their lives.
Oh, no question.
Calvert Hall, Loyola.
Hey, being televised is one thing, Scotty. Having it streamed now all over the world is another. And having it, the 100th Turkey Bowl is even a different level of hype.
Brannock.
Well, I'll tell you what, this kid's impressive as a freshman, Scott.
He is.
His footwork is outstanding. He twice now, going away from his body, he's rolled out to the left, stopped and thrown a strike.
That was Justin Cullens on the reception.
He's got a little war paint on, too. You can see through the face mask right there.
Well, now you know maybe why Donald Davis wanted to play him, right?
Absolutely.
This kid's got a future.
No question.
Freshman. Good room off to the left side.
Well, Scotty, I was mentioning Bob Williams.
That was Liam Kammer.
When he started, his son Mark lives now in Virginia. His family spread out all over the Baltimore, Washington area, and he started the Highland Federal Savings Glen, but he also sponsored a very famous baseball team, the Sheriff Falvey coach.
Oh, sure.
Jim Spencer played for Moose Haas, some of the finest players, George Kazmarek, finest players in the history of Baltimore baseball, by a team that was run by Bob Williams.
Bragg forced out of the pocket, thrown deep downfield, and it's picked off. Deflected and intercepted by Noah Bull, and Noah Bull gets it back close to midfield. Well, he dropped one in the end zone, but he didn't drop that one, Keith, and good for Noah Bull.
Absolutely. A little redemption there for number 11 of Loyola. Gives him something to smile about. Just a 10th grader, another sophomore for this young football team. Anthony Zayu and his staff.
31 yards on the return. You saw it deflected there, and that's the 5th interception of the year for Noah Bull. So he's a nice player back there in that Loyola secondary, and a wide receiver. And this one has come to an end. The final seconds have ticked off. You see the players exchanging handshakes. They may be rivals, but a lot of respect. These two schools are a lot alike.
No question,
the Scott. Coaches, the teachers, what they try. There's the winner. Donald Davis, now the winningest coach in Calvert Hall history. He passed the legendary Augie Maselli with his 10th Turkey Bowl win today.
That's pretty impressive.
He didn't want to talk about it because he holds Augie in high regard.
Absolutely.
He said, it's not about me, it's about the kids. But congratulations, Donald Davis.
Donald once taught my son Nick at Cardinal Gibbons before he came over. And left a lasting impression on him in the classroom. No question about it.
A good man, and he had Jim Margraf with him on that play sheet today. Jim Margraf, the great Hopkins coach, who he played for. Donald played at Johns Hopkins, went to Calvert Hall, on to Hopkins, played for Jim Margraf, and he said, Jim taught me 2 things. He said, learn offensive line and learn secondary. If you can coach those 2 units, you can coach anything. And he said, and I did.
How about that?
Yeah.
And his offensive line today played a very strong game in this 100th Turkey Bowl.
All right, we'll be back. Some of the highlights, we'll wrap this thing up. Calvert Hall, a 33-10 winner over Loyola in the historic 100th Turkey Bowl.
The Brooks Financial Group Turkey Bowl 100. Brought to you by the Brooks Financial Group. Infinite rewards from finite focus.
All right, it's our Orrstown Bank play of the game. A new bank in Maryland also celebrating 100 years, just like the Turkey Bowl. Let's take a look.
Yeah, how about Jordan Moore? Airs it out, takes a hit. Ben Schleif hauls it in. He got levels to that play, Scott.
He got it twice.
He did, but watch the hit. Anthony Deladon lays on him, and then watch the catch. Ball tipped up in the air, and Schleif holds on for the touchdown. Play of the game.
Well, our Loyola University player of the game, pretty easy here. He had 3 touchdowns last year. He had 3 more today.
Yeah, Mir Jenkins took a shot, heaves it up, and Cole Herbert, number 1, catches it and then runs one in here, Scotty, out of the Wildcat.
He's running the Wildcat. He's catching them. He's an MIAA all lacrosse, all football player. He does it all. There he is out of the Wildcat.
Gets another touchdown and later recovered a fumble as well on defense. Here it is. Jordan Moore goes down and look who gets it. Number 1.
I'm not in charge of the record book, but I got to think 6 touchdowns and 2 Turkey Bowls for Cole Herbert might be a record.
Right there with Henry Blaha back in 59, 60, and 61, who scored 10 for Loyola. But here's
the prime lending stats, Keith. The numbers, what I guess you'd expect, right?
Yeah, big number. Total yards, 463 for Calvert Hall to 279 for Loyola as they take another one here at the Turkey Bowl at Johnny U Stadium.
Also want to point out Sean Tucker had a big game, a gifted running back for Calvert Hall. Came in with over 1,000 yards, 21 carries, 184 yards, a touchdown. He averaged 8.7 yards a carry.
336 yards rushing for Calvert Hall to 114. And you see Donald Davis getting the Gatorade water bath right there, courtesy of his
Sean's right in there.
Yeah, Sean's right in there as well.
Now that you got the ice down your back, talk to me, right?
It's only wind blowing 40 miles an hour. It's about 30 degrees, and Donald just became the all-time Calvert Hall leading game winner in this series. And that covers George Young, Joe Carloza, Augie Weibel, Jay Robinson, some real... Or Augie Maselli, I'm sorry. Augie Weibel was at Poly. Yeah. But some of the great names in Baltimore coaching history.
Well, Keith, who knows what the next 100 years hold, but this has become a Baltimore institution. Turkey, Calvert Hall, Loyola, all the memories that this series has written, and another chapter today, and who knows what's to come.
And you, my friend, you are also symbolic with this game, and everybody knows it. It's great to be back with you. It's great to be back with the team, and it was an honor to be with you, partner. An honor, no doubt about it.
You're welcome into any press box I'm in anytime, partner.
we need to tell everybody, you and I sit together during Ravens games.
That's right.
And it's like nothing ever changes, brother.
Well, thanks for being part of us. We want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Hope you have a safe, happy holiday with your family. Again, the final score from Johnny Unitas Stadium. Calvert Hall a winner. The Cardinals win it 33-10. Special thanks to the schools, both Calvert Hall and Loyola, for all their help with our broadcast. And a big thank you to our friends, the Brooks Financial Group. None of this is possible without them. They're our sponsor for the 100th Turkey Bowl. This has been a presentation of WMAR 2 Sports. For Keith Mills, Jamie Costello, Sean Stepner, and our entire WMAR 2 Sports crew, I'm Scott Garceau. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.